On the day the apostle, Genesis days. Straight from the scene of misery and stress, right around the corner from skinny jeans and death. Born in iniquity, families in debt. Came a rare breed, the last MC left. Yes, exclamation, less blessed the nation. The game been dead way past expiration. I came to breathe life, now that's respiration. Let's astro project to unknown destination. Past the crossroads where souls and thoughts go. Flying through the heavens, embrace the cosmos. You entered the realm with no sound, your thoughts glow. A journey through my mind and find what Lord knows. Street mysticism with ancient wisdom. Rebel soul flow to take back the system. While you reminiscing with the game's missing, I answered your prayers, just take a seat and listen.
Taking over your radio, stereo, coming through your speakers. Let us put you in a soul. Your ears are like the speakers to your soul. So let the music take control. We taking over your radio, your stereo. We coming through your speakers. Let us put you in a soul. Your ears are like the speakers to your soul. So let the music take control.
This a breath of fresh air, heaven for your ears. You waited for so long, but it's evident it's here. It's like a comet that comes every several years. You search for a cure, now the medicine is here. Not in capsules, it's active rap flows that go through earlobes and captures your soul. Penetrate the mind, transcend through time. Make you wanna play it again, come rewind. I'm not a witch doctor, just a hip-hopper that spit rhyme flows to balance your chakras. On another plane, on the other things, meditate in the rain, waiting on the mother plane. Saw it in a dream, turned out it was a vision. Caught the intuition of my prophetic mission. To weaponize the rhythm, the war with the system. Set free the slaves, unlock the mental prisons.
Take this over your radio, stereo. We coming through your speakers. Let us put you in a soul. Your ears are like the speakers to your soul. So let the music take control. We taking over your radio, your stereo. We coming through your speakers. Let us put you in a soul. Your ears are like the speakers to your soul. So let the music take control.
Relax yourself, wanna dedicate this. Relax yourself, world peace of mind. 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 Relax yourself, world.
Peace and Black Power, family. Peace and Black Power. Welcome to another, I was getting ready to say Truth to Power talk, but just a wonderful, wonderful, powerful talk with your sister, Dr. Maat. You know, I'm so used to saying Truth to Power talk, but tonight we're going to be having a powerful, powerful bill, family. You see the title, Black Americans, and even the brother Chief said backstage, I don't even like to use the term black. Black Americans are the Aboriginals of America. In fact, backstage, family, he told me that America is older than Africa, the landmass Africa, you know? And so this really overthrows all that we have been taught, historically and even scientifically. And so it's going to be very interesting to hear this brother's perspective on, where did we come from? We say that it's Africa, right? Like it's Africa. We come from Africa, and that we were kidnapped, and that we were a part of the largest human trafficking criminal enterprise ever, right? The transatlantic slave trade. And before that, the trans-Saharan slave trade. But this brother said, nah. This brother said, no, we are Aboriginals of America, and America is older than Africa. So anyway, family, take a moment out right now to thumb up the video. Baltimore is definitely in the house. You just heard a song by Almaday the Apostle, and peace be upon her soul, the beautiful Queen Genesis Days. So family, make sure that you support his album. I believe the album is coming out this month, and we're going to do a virtual party on this platform, a virtual release party. You see Be More Codified is in the building. Peace to the God, peace to the Queen. You see right here, I have on your shirt, right? I guess I hope I don't mispronounce this, but ablutions, I think that's what it's called, libations, protecting and honoring our ancestors. Be one, baby, Black Fist. And so shout out to Be More Codified. I love their pearl. So family, make sure that you head on over to Instagram, type in Be More Codified, and get your B1 gear from them and tell them Dr. Maat sent you. I also see the Maatian families in the building. We see Baltimore's in the building, the beautiful mind. Shout out to your beautiful mind. I see the Queen Mother's in the building. She says, hello, everyone. Peace and love. I see someone named Juicy Fruit is in the building. He said, this is going to be interesting. I see Sister Kira is in the building. I see Ben Frank. Ben Frank is in the building. LaShawn Rush. LaShawn, you got to text me your correct, you got to email me your correct mailing address. I sent out your microbit weeks ago, and it was returned back to me recently. So make sure that you email me at dr.maat.msu@gmail.com so I can send it back on out for you. And it got to be right and exact, man, because I can't keep paying $5. All right. So peace and love to you, LaShawn Rush. It says peace and love to everyone. He says, so glad to catch the live. Someone said, I believe in self. Peace and love to you. I believe in self. My cousin is in the building. What's going on, Kevo? He must have got that family group text. So family, make sure that you text the link to your family members and friends. You know how we all got those group texts. But it's psych up. I'm just playing, Kev. I know you tune in anyway, but I definitely dropped the link in the chat. Family, so make sure that you do the same. Send it out. Akil, brother Akil, you got to come on, brother, and promote your book, brother. You got to come on and promote your book. And maybe you could come on tonight. Send me your email address. Go to Gmail, type in doc, or not, you may not have a Gmail, you may have a Yahoo, whomever. Go to your email provider, right? And send a message to dr.maat.msu@gmail.com or inbox me on Facebook so I can see the link so you can hop on this panel, okay? Definitely want you to come through the slides to come through to talk about your book. I see Virgo Venom, the Queen Mother. Virgo Venom is in the building. She says, peace to the family. And Ashe, Yasmin Bell is in the building. I see Sister Soldier is in the building. Lord Vale is in the building. I see B1 for life. Hold on. B1 for life is in the building. Peace and love to you. I see Bruce Lee is in the building. Sister Marcia, this is a Queen Mother right here. Queen Mother, Marcia Pender is in the building. Who else? We got Letitia. Letitia's in the building. Peace and love to you, the infamous African. I see you. LaShawn, I'm telling you, it came back. You said you received it. I'm going to take a picture and send it to you. Solomon 336 is in the building. Peace and love to you. Oh, he said the wrong Akil. I'm on here like, Akil, come on and promote your book. He's like, that's the wrong Akil. Thanks for correcting me. But anyway, I'm going to bring on our esteemed guest, Brother Bobby Banger. You know him as Brother Ankh Cat or Brother Ankh. Well, I just call him Ankh. Peace and love to you, Brother Ankh. How you doing?
Hey, I'm here, man. What's good, family?
Ain't nothing.
Never fine day with the great doctor.
Likewise. Another fine day with you. I think today's going to be interesting because, as I stated in my introduction, this brother, based on what his position, he's getting ready to overthrow all that we've been taught historically and even scientifically. And so I'm gonna give him the floor, and I want the brother to come with it. Powerful brother, beautiful spirit, very, very beautiful spirit. And in family, we're actually supposed to do this, like I think on Saturday or Sunday, and then I had some family obligations I forgot about it. So I give thanks that Brother Chief said, you know what, Chief said we can reschedule, and it was fine with him, and he took time out to rearrange some things to be with us. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on our brother, Chief. Peace and love to you, Chief. How you doing?
Peace, love, and blessings to the room, man. It's beautiful melanated people in the building. I just want to shout out your chat and just let everybody know I'm thankful to be here and I'm grateful to be here.
Ashe. And likewise, we're grateful to have you. And we look forward to hearing your perspective and hearing, some of the evidence that you'll present, whether you share your screen or not, but some things you'll bring to our attention. And so let me give the family some context as we discuss backstage. And so I posted a clip. And family, I will share my screen with you and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I posted a clip on IG of a discussion that I had with Brother Ankh, and I'm gonna for a little bit. But there was a discussion that I had with Brother Ankh and another brother named Ricky. And Ricky's position was hardcore. He's like, you know, Black Americans did not come from Africa, right? He was saying, no, you know, he said, if that's the case, then you might as well call the Europeans, you know, Africans. And he went through all of that. And so when Chief saw this clip, Chief said, you know, I understand what he was trying to convey, but he did not articulate it, I guess, in a way where we could receive it or understand what he couldn't articulate his position, right, to the best of his ability. So Chief is coming on today to provide some clarity, right, for Brother Ricky. And so I'm going to play the clip, and so you all can hear it. Let me actually, I didn't share my sound. All right, so here we go, family.
Come from Africa, and by default, you're not hold on. You're not African because you're not African because you was born in Africa. You African because it was born in you.
All right.
And so 70 to 80%, 90% of your DNA come from African lineage, right?
Yeah.
Go look in the mirror and tell me what the hell you look like. Go look in the mirror. You like you from the Congo somewhere. You tripping.
I don't look like
He does look like a brother from the Congo. He does.
Genes don't lie. Hold on. Look.
He look like a Nigerian. He look like a Nigerian. He like an Igbo brother. One of the Igbo brothers. Yeah. So go ahead, Ricky. Where did we come from? You got the floor. Go ahead. Where did Black Americans come from?
Truth right now, and this is what it is. We don't know because we're not in control of history. We don't control the artifacts. We don't control the places that hide these artifacts. We don't control the documentation. So you won't know anyways. But I don't believe we're from Africa.
So let's get to it. So you're not an African because what? Where you come from?
Where you come from? Where we come from then?
50,000 years ago, where you come from?
I'm the same reason I'm not African is the same reason why Europeans aren't African. White Europeans aren't African. The same reason why Asians in China aren't African. They're Chinese. I don't have to be African because my skin is black.
But yeah, your deep root ancestry come from Africa, and by default, you're not hold on. You're not African because you're not African because you was born in Africa. You African because it was born in you.
All right.
And so 70 to 80%, 90% of your DNA come from African lineage, right?
Yeah.
Go look in the mirror and tell me what the hell you look like. Go look in the mirror. You like you from the Congo somewhere. You tripping.
I don't look like
he does look like a brother from the Congo. He does.
Genes don't lie. Hold on. Look.
He look like a Nigerian. He look like a Nigerian. He like an Igbo brother. One of the Igbo brothers. Yeah. So go. All right. So I'm gonna end that. I just kind of played 2 rounds of it because when I started it started kind of like halfway, into the clip, and so I wanted to do two rounds of it. So anyway, family, thumb up this discussion. Make sure, family, that you share this discussion on all of your social media platforms. Text this discussion in your group texts, in your group chats, right, or your group chats. Let's get the word out that we're live and that we're talking about some heavy stuff today. So I want to start by asking you this, Chief. Backstage, you told me, before we even jump into Aboriginal and America being the oldest landmass and us not being from Africa, when I said Black Americans, the first thing you said was, I don't even like to identify as Black. I don't even like that term. And so could you break that down for us, Chief, as to why you're like, don't even call me Black, right?
Okay. First things first, before we even get into this bill, let me say this. What gets lost in translation in these bills is this is not a diss to Africa. Africa, we all family, okay? What we're doing is we're extending our story. Our story is much more extensive than the one we've been given, okay? So what Ricky was trying to tell you is we are not the writers of the story, okay? And the reason I agree with him because the out of Africa theory comes from Charles Darwin, okay? The man who gave you the evolution theory, okay? Now show me the melanated brother before Charles Darwin that proposed that we came from Africa. I've asked many people. Africa is a wonderful civilization. It's one of our great civilizations. We've had many great civilizations. See, you done let these people put us in a box telling you that we from one space instead of realizing we from the whole entire surface of this earth. Not just one place, all right? So let me go back to what you just asked me. You asked me why I don't identify as Black, because this shirt I got on black. Do it match my skin color?
No, not at all, brother.
I'm just asking.
Come on,
That's all I'm asking y'all. I'm just being honest. Anybody, is this shirt matching my skin color? So last time I checked, when I was in grade school, they told me this was brown, copper color. Okay, you read some ancient books, they call it swarth. Okay, so the first things first is you got to understand what black is, and what white is. Oh, we finna do it. I'm finna show you the trap. I'm gonna show you this whole trap. The same people that gave you your origins are the same people that control the entire scope of what we live in. All right. So check this out. Black and white are low status. All right. Who in the chat know that? How many people in the chat know that black and white are low status? Okay. There is no black and white nowhere else around the world, Dr. Maya. There is no black and white. When you go to Sweden and you encounter these people, they don't call themselves white people. They call themselves Swedes. When you go to France, they don't call themselves white people. They call themselves French. When you go to any of these nations, even my brothers in Africa don't call themselves black. If you Nigerian, you call yourself Nigerian. If you Ghanaian, you call yourself Ghanaian. There is no black and white. Now, the construct of race only exists in America. All right. So if we're going to go down this rabbit hole, we need to understand people's ego allows them to think that they know everything. It's so much we don't know. It's so much we haven't been taught. You can't be an expert in nothing till somebody give you the game. So I'm going to try to give y'all the game here today. Okay. So white and black are low statuses. White status is the natural indigenous rights of the people of that land. Whoever was here when the white tees came over here, the indigenous people had what they call white status. They had their own self-government. This was the natural rights, their God-given rights from God to them. Okay. So when the white tea come over here, he fought those people. And see that you've been taught that it was somebody else that they were fighting when it was us that they was fighting over here. Okay. So he took our rights and cloaked himself in our rights and gave himself white status and gave us what's called black status. Now, if you know what I'm talking about, you know black means civilly dead in law. Okay. So if you get out your Black's Law Dictionary and you look it up, black is civilly dead, civilter mortuus. Okay. So that means you have limited to no rights. Now I'm gonna make this make sense because I know y'all some intelligent people. I know I'm dealing with intelligent people. Watch this. If I get caught with a bag of drugs and a white guy get caught with the same bag of drugs, am I gonna get more time or is he gonna get more time? Who gonna get more time in that situation? Ain't it more likely that I'm gonna get sent up the river and he gonna get a smack on the wrist?
The one with the best lawyer gonna get the less time.
Yeah, that's in the perfect world, right? In the perfect world. But let's be real, brother. In a perfect world, that happens like that. But in the real world, the black man always get the ish end of the stick. Now, come on now, brother. Don't play yourself, bro. You know that. And it's a reason we get that. We get that because the status that we live under, this black status that we answer to, it gives us limited to no rights. This is why everything. Okay, let me ask you this. Why when these brothers get unalived by these policemen and these policemen get this paid leave and they get all of these benefits when they're going through this stuff? You know why? This is all a part of white status. Their status can be adjusted under the color of law. So you got to understand the trigonometry of law. If you don't even understand basic law, then I mean we can't even have this discussion. You got to have a basic understanding of how law works. Okay, law language. They don't speak in the same language we speak in. So they trapping us into these statuses. All of this stuff, have we imagined all of the oppression, all of the redlining, all of the marginalizing? Have we imagined that we have gotten a raw deal in this country? We ain't imagining that took place. All of this has happened. This is a part of, I just want to break down the black thing. So this is why I don't answer to black, because black is a civilly dead status. I am a brown man. I'm a melanated man. I'm a carbonated being. Okay, I can be any of these things, or I can answer from my lineage. Now I'm from Mississippi. Okay. Now let me hold on. I'm finna open the door up for y'all. Give me a second.
No, hold on, but no, I want you to chime in because you got to give somebody. You got to give us. You got to pass the mic. You got to pass the mic.
I'm about to pass it to you right now.
You had to drink some water, yo. You didn't talk so much. You had to drink some water.
I'm from Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi. My elders were Choctaw. Okay. And when you disrespect them by telling us, man, you from out, you disrespecting elderly people that you don't even know. People that would laugh in your face when you talk about you from Africa, because that generation of people never said they were from Africa. You disrespecting your grandfather. I bet your grandfather, your great-grandfather never told you was from Africa. But that's something you learned through indoctrination. So go ahead, do your thing. Ask your question. Go ahead.
No. Before we go there, I heard what you're saying. You're saying black and white, our statuses. When you were talking, I was thinking about a lot of the Moorish science teachings, because that's what they always talk about, and then they have these options that they present to people to correct their status correction. And so I've heard these arguments before. My thing is this: you said that we are melanated. You said we're black, we're melanated. So you're saying that white people don't have melanin?
Yeah, they don't have neuromelanin. There's different types of melanin. They got ferromelanin. They don't have neuromelanin.
It's called you melanin. Hold on, brother. Hold on, because I don't want to mute you.
That's what I'm trying to say.
It's called you melanin.
Yeah,
you messed it up, so I was trying to correct you. So let's not.
I know it's neuromelanin. Yeah, I know
it's called you. Yeah, that's in the brain.
Neurology.
Yeah,
that's
neurology. So what
the neuromelanin is the reason. The neuromelanin is the reason Michael Jordan can jump like he can.
Chief. Let me talk, right?
Because
it was kind of like, I was trying to interject and correct something. You said something. I don't want to. One thing we're not going to do is pass out misinformation, right? Like, so when you mispronounced it, I wanted people to be. You say neuromelanin that's what we got. No. What the difference between our melanin and their melanin? They have pheomelanin. We have what's called EU melanin, and that's a difference. But you said neuromelanin, right? And that's not what you meant. You meant you melanin. So I wanted to make that correction. You're saying that we don't. You didn't mean EU.
I didn't. What I said was neuromelanin. If you don't know what neuromelanin is,
I'm gonna say a lot of things. So do you know? So do you know what? Do you?
Let him
don't teach it. Don't teach.
How about that?
Let's look it up.
Didn't Brother Unc just say that the neuromelanin was the black substance in the brain?
No, he didn't say the black substance in the brain. So hold on. Let me mute you. Hold on. Let me mute you, because this is because I don't want to mute you, Chief. But if you're gonna not let us talk and you just dominate the conversation, it ain't gonna be a conversation, right? So now let's address the melanin, right? So white people don't have, they're not melanated people. They don't have neuromelanin. I was trying to help you out by telling you that we have eumelanin and pheomelanin, but you're saying that that's not true. So let's bring up some slides. I mean, Brother Ankh, you can bring it up. That's fine. We got computers too. So Brother Ankh, let's talk about that. Let's unpack that. The whole idea.
You want me to just share the screen real quick?
Share the screen real quick. Let's get this out of the way.
We're not going. What we can't do is have a conversation where you make up your own definitions and planet Earth don't even agree with it. Then we got a wild foolery.
Well, Google agrees with it.
No,
hold on, Chief.
So it's right here.
It is. Hold on, Chief. Listen.
Please,
Chief. Hold on, Brother Ankh. Hold on.
Okay.
Because I don't want this to be another Ricky situation. Chief, when you were talking, you know what I did? I sat there just like this, and I listened to you. Chat, put it in the chat if that's right and exact. When he was talking for every bit of 10 minutes, was Dr. Maat silent? Put it in the chat, yes or no. Was I silent? Was Brother Ankh silent? Did we give him the platform and let him speak? Or did we talk him to death? Hold on. Just put yes in the chat if you feel like we gave him an opportunity to share his thoughts. Just tell me. Okay, now I'm going to share their responses. This is the chat. Everyone, look at this. Oh my goodness, there's a whole bunch of them. Facts. Yes. True. Right on, exact. Hold on. Everybody's like, yes, indeed. Yes. Thumbs up. Yes. I mean, this is what people are saying. And so my whole thing is, because of my morals and values, what I do is, I stand on my odd, and I believe in reciprocity. So I try to give people what I want them to give me, right? And so if you build in, Chief, I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna listen to you, right? If it goes over a little bit, I'm gonna say, hold up, Chief, let us get in, or da 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 da. But I'm gonna give you that space to talk. And all I ask is that now give us a chance to address or respond to what you said. Okay, Brother Ankh, I'm getting ready to share your screen. Here we go.
You shared it?
Yeah, it's up.
So like the doctor said, it's actually a pigment, melanin. You got melanocytes that's on your skin, which actually produces the melanin. And it's really just sunscreen. We got it all backwards. We make it something spectacular, something, but it's actually sunscreen. And you got the eumelanin, the sister was talking about right here, and it's right here, real simple. There are two types of eumelanin, which are brown eumelanin and black eumelanin. All right, so you're going to find that predominantly in people in the tropics that reside in probably zone 1 and kind of like zone 2. We can get into that later. Then you got field melanin. This is field melanin would be considered, here you go, field melanins impart the range of yellowish to reddish colors. All right, you're going to typically find that in people in zone 3. And then we got this, which all humans have. It's neuromelanin. That's what you said. You was right about it being dark pigment found in the brain, which is a structurally related to
boom. Boom.
No, that's not boom. That's not boom. That's not
boom.
boom.
Why
Chief.
would you say that?
Chief, that's not boom.
Chief, you boomed yourself out the game.
Yeah, boom. You did just boom yourself. You just boomed yourself.
It's a word here. It's called structurally related. Structurally meaning it's related structurally, but you actually find it in the brain.
And that belongs. That's all humans. That's all humans. Chief.
Yeah, come on,
Chief.
Chief,
It is. It is. I mean, it's there. It is all humans. All humans have that particular melanin that's in the brain. All of us. That's in the human brain. So do you don't believe that white people are humans?
Am I unmuted?
I didn't.
Am I unmuted?
I didn't mute you.
Well, I thought I was unmuted.
You've been unmuted. You haven't been. You weren't muted.
I definitely didn't want this to go this way, and that's cool. And listen, Dr. Maat, let me be honest with you. Let's not act like this is not your platform. Your chat. I don't expect your chat to agree with me, but I bet you they're gonna believe they know what I'm talking about.
Don't worry about the
chat.
I'm
not. Listen, I can't even see the chat. I can't even see the chat.
Don't worry about the chat. Mm-hmm.
But you went to the chat to get them to agree with you, and that's cool. That's fine.
Didn't get them. I didn't agree. Hold on, brother. I didn't get them to agree with me. I asked a question, right? I said to the chat when you were talking, right?
Okay.
Hold on. No. Hold on, no. Because I'm brother. You were talking about Ricky.
Y'all already been wrong. Y'all already been wrong.
You were wrong with just what you read, brother.
Yeah,
you said I got the chat to agree with me. I asked them a question. I said, when you were talking, did I interrupt you? They said no, you didn't interrupt them. You gave them plenty of time to talk. That's not convincing anybody to agree with me. That's just an observation that 127 people made. So that doesn't have anything to do with my side. The second point that I want to make is that Brother Ankh did a wonderful job reading to the people what melanin is, then what is pheomelanin, what is eumelanin, and what is neuromelanin. And so what we're trying to get you to understand is that white people possess pheomelanin. We, first of all living organisms, right, possess melanin, right? All of us do, okay? And there are different types of melanin. White people have pheomelanin. Black people have eumelanin. But neuromelanin is found in all of our brains. That's what we just read. And so I don't understand why you're like, yeah. Did you think because it used the word dark matter in the brain, did you feel like that it only applied to black people because you saw the words dark matter? I'm just curious.
Would you like me to speak if you want me to?
I would. Please do. Please do.
So all I did was speak when you said that you said that all people have melanin. I said, yeah, they have fair melanin. We have neuromelanin. You said, no, that's wrong, brother.
It is.
Wait. Listen. Oh, now who's not letting who speak?
Go ahead, bro.
So
you're not saying.
Okay, it's fine. But listen, let's make sure we understand something. You say you allowed me to speak my piece. This thing that we're talking about, you can't get that across in 10 minutes, okay? It's going to take a little bit more time than 10 minutes. If you want to talk about the history of humanity, you want to talk about millions of years in 10 minutes?
No, I didn't say that. That's not what we were doing. We were defining melanin.
Okay, so let's get back to the melanin. Let's get back to the melanin discussion.
We were defining
words.
We were defining words.
Can we get back to the melanin discussion? Can we get back to the melanin discussion?
It's not up for discussion.
Okay, neuromelanin is found to accumulate during age and noticeably after the first 2 to 3 years of life. You told me it wasn't no neuromelanin. You told me it was just melanin.
I didn't say it was. I never said that.
You both said it. Come on. You just told me you're wrong. You're wrong, brother. Let me pull up Wikipedia.
No. Let me mute you because you're talking and telling people. You're saying that I said something I didn't, and so
that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. They told me about that. They told me about it. They told me. Hey, listen. At the end of the day, all y'all knowledge comes from the white man. Ain't nobody. But you went to nobody black give you your origins, and that's the bottom line. You out here, all you did is get indoctrinated by your slave owner.
Hey, Doc.
He has comprehension issues. He got reading comprehension issues.
This dude was looking to be from the jump. I came in respectfully, and I said I wanted to build. I said I didn't want to debate. I want to build. He said everybody debate. He wanted some smoke from the jump.
Move to the side real quick, Doc. You gotta move out the way.
Okay, baby. I'll move out the way. Baby.
He a cow rustler. Yo, knock it off, bro. We're simply
saying,
chill
out, bro. I'm 6'8", brother.
Listen,
I'm 6'5".
We defining words.
Don't talk crazy to me like you will talk crazy in my face.
Knock it off.
Don't talk crazy like that.
Listen, I said knock it off. Listen, knock it off means
they told me you was a bozo. They told me you was a bozo.
You got one more strike. I said knock it off. That's not a harsh word. I think you're trying to run from the conversation. I might be a bozo, but you bozo the clown right now. You can't even define words, brother.
Can I ask one favor?
No, hold on.
Can I ask one favor?
Listen,
can I ask one favor?
You're actually trying to run. So you don't want to have an intelligent conversation. What you want to do is you want us to be.
Can I ask one favor?
You're a fake chief and you tripping.
Man, get out of here. You a cow. You a bozo.
Right.
You a bozo.
So we even. We got that out the way. Now let's converse like two intelligent black men. I'm fine.
You a bozo.
So you a bozo. I'm bozo the clown, and I'm good. So listen.
You a bozo.
You're right. I agree. But I tell you what you can't do.
You ain't come to build.
Wait a minute.
Dr. Maat, it should have been just me and you.
Brother,
we don't need the bozo. It should have just been me and you.
Listen, man.
Dr. Maat, I got the utmost respect for you. It should be just me and you, not the bozo.
I don't need you to respect me. What I need you to do is find a daggone dictionary and define what you're saying.
You a bozo. You said it wasn't no neuromelanin, and then when you saw neuromelanin, you tried to scroll by it. And then you tried to scroll by it. I saw you don't be a bozo. You was right. Oh, you was right about neuromelanin. Yeah, man,
I'm gonna give you a second chance. Explain what you were saying. Go ahead. Talk about the neuromelanin. What was you trying to say? Go ahead. I'm gonna be quiet because I think you're really trying to run, Chief. I think you're trying to set up a situation where you're running. So I'm gonna be quiet. We want you to explain, since I'm the bozo. You got a whole crowd full of people. Explain to us what you was trying to say about neuromelanin. Go ahead.
Neuromelanin is what makes the black man, the melanated man, a superhuman. It what's make Michael Jordan what he is. It what makes us faster than everybody. We jump higher than everybody, and we more intelligent than everybody. We are the builders of pyramids. You think that them folks can do what we do? Why they ain't done it? If they got what we got inside of us, what we got from the Most High, if they had what we had in us, they'll be able to do everything that we do. They can't. Now you up here trying to disrespect the brother because I'm telling you, you was wrong. I said neuromelanin. You told me there was no neuromelanin. You said it was melanin. And then you pulled up Wikipedia and Wikipedia showed you neuromelanin. Then you say, oh, it's just the dark matter in the brain. Well, what is dark matter? Ain't that the most powerful substance in all of the universe? Ain't that what these white tea scientists say? We got it in the brain. You ain't ready for this discussion because you ain't did the work. You ain't did the research. Now I'm gonna tell you something else you wrong. You say melanin is just a sunscreen. Man, who taught you, brother? Where you went to school at? Melanin is much more than a sunscreen, brother. Melanin protects the cell.
Out,
it protects the
he's a dedicated pseudo. I'm not gonna sit here and listen to a dedicated pseudo. So now we clearly heard what you said. You're a dedicated pseudo.
Let's go.
You made all that. Go. You made all that up. Check this out, bro. You don't really want the conversation. Check this out. I'm used to your type.
You ain't ready.
If it was
you ain't
me,
no man. You ain't ready.
I would have been got at you.
You ain't ready. You ain't no man.
Listen,
you ain't no man. You ain't no man.
Listen, you're a fake chief from goddamn Missouri somewhere. You're a fake chief.
You're a fake bozo.
You so corny. You so corny, bro. That you can't even have a conversation. You can't even have a conversation.
To everybody in the chat, if y'all want to hear the melanated truth, if y'all want to hear about our origins, our real origins, come tap in with me at Chief Color 5. Come through at Chief Color 5. You're a bozo.
Hey, bro, you know I wrote down what you said. Let me tell you what you tried to put.
Hey, man, you're a bozo.
Fine, it's my turn.
I ain't got to go. I already know you ain't got to know.
I shut up.
I already know you don't have to know.
It's my time to talk.
You don't got to know.
Listen, just mute him
out. All right, Chief. So Chief, I'm not going to mute you. Let Brother Ankh respond to what you said.
We don't call him Chief Knucklehead.
Hey, Chief, let him talk.
And we gonna call you Brother Ankh Rock because they say you smoke rocks.
So Chief. So now smoke. Did he do that?
No, don't do.
So hold on. So he had it on his heart the whole time.
Lord, no.
So you had it on your heart the whole time. A fake chief, a fake ass chief talking crazy. Can you believe this fool?
You don't want to build on Dr. Maat. Dr. Maat, I would love to build. This dude don't want to build. This dude don't want to build.
Let me tell you what you did, brother.
Chief and Ankh, please.
Let me tell you. I'm going to read what he said. Look.
Mute him. How about you mute him? Mute him.
No, you worse than a woman, nigga.
Every
time I say something, you talking. I be quiet.
You the disrespect. Hey, brother, you done already disrespected me. You don't get my respect.
Okay.
You done already disrespected me.
I don't need you.
You done already disrespected me. You don't get my respect.
Talking.
You don't get. Boy, I will smack you, boy. I will smack you. You don't get no respect from me. I will smack you.
Check this out.
You don't get no respect from me.
Where you at, nigga?
Man, you a clown.
Where you at, nigga?
You a clown. You a bitch ass nigga.
Where you at?
You a puss. I'm in Texas. I'm in San Marcos, Texas, nigga.
Your mother, nigga, now, nigga. Now, nigga.
I smack the shit out you. You
a pussy, nigga. Yeah, I know.
You a pussy, nigga. Over there. Now take your ass back to Africa and go kiss them people ass that don't even like you.
Your mother,
them
nigga.
Africans talk crazy about you.
Mother, nigga.
Them Africans talk crazy about you, nigga. They call you a cotton. They call you cotton picker, nigga.
Hold on. I'm gonna mute everybody.
You out from Africa.
I just muted Ankh. Hold on. I just muted Ankh. Chief, I just muted Ankh and I just muted you. Brothers, please, brothers. I didn't want to jump in. There was a lot of testosterone. Please, okay. So you know what we're gonna do, Brother Ankh. This is how we're gonna do it. So he mentioned the melanin. We offer that. So let's hear his position on America being the oldest landmass. He said we're Aboriginals to America, and America's the oldest landmass. So, Chief, respectfully, can you please communicate to me your position on America?
For the record, you're a bitch ass nigga. For the record,
nigga. He didn't unmute Ankh. He didn't unmute. Chief, I'm gonna unmute you. I'm muting Ankh. Ankh is muted. He's muted. I'm gonna unmute you. Please state your position about us being Aboriginals and indigenous to America. You have the floor. Chief.
Okay. All right. Apologies to the chat, man, for all that buffoonery. I don't do that buffoonery on my lives. We build. So listen to me. Check this out, guys. This is what I want to tell y'all. Africa, amazing civilization. It's one of our many civilizations. Melanated people are the oldest, most ancient people on the face of the earth, guys. We go back that 6,000 year crap. That's the white man. He was created 6,000 years ago. He was created by brothers that look like us, okay? Our story goes way back beyond 6,000 years, guys. They are selling us this story because they don't want you to know you own it all. They do not want you to know you own it all. So they want you to believe that you're from a specific place okay, where they would like to return you to because they want this valuable land. Now, let me tell y'all about this land in America. America had some of the most fruitful agriculture, okay, on the southeast and the northeast of America, the 13 colonies. In that area, at one time, it was called the Fertile Crescent. Look it up, all the way down to Florida, because of this fertile, great land that they had, okay? So a lot of the fruits and vegetables that we have here in America that's indigenous to America, that in Africa, 640 of their fruits and vegetables, 600 of them are indigenous to America, which means somebody came from here and bought them to there, okay? Now, that ain't even what I want y'all to harp on. Check this out. So let's talk about slavery. Everybody that knows slavery knows that story from what was told to them by movies like Roots. How many of y'all know that the first slaves in America were not black people? Anybody in the chat know that? Ask your chat to put up a 1 if anybody know that the first slaves in America wasn't black people. Do anybody put up?
They hear you. We gotta wait.
Okay.
Like it's a
so
20-second delay. Mm-hmm.
I got you. So check this out, family. The first slaves in America was white folks, English vagrants and Irish vagrants that the British bought over here. Okay. Now, let me tell you how the African slave trade thing came into play. I hate to bust y'all bubble, but Africa sold Africans into slavery. And I have proof beyond proof of this because the Ghanaian president just apologized to the people 2 weeks ago about selling his people into slavery. Am I lying? I know somebody's seen this clip. It's 2 presidents, a president in Ghana, and it was another one of the nations, came out and said, I would like to apologize for enslaving our people and selling our people. The African slave trade has been going on since the time of Moses. It ain't nothing new. Africans sold their people to British merchants, Spanish merchants. This was a business, okay? Now, let me get to this, okay? You talk about the transatlantic slave trade. You talk about transporting people from Africa to America. Do you know how dangerous the Atlantic Ocean is? Do y'all think that they had big, huge boats? Y'all thought they had big, huge boats back in the 1600s? These were no big, we know what the boats look like. These were small boats. You couldn't put no more than 300 people on these boats. So check this. I'm gonna read directly from Christopher Columbus' diary right quick. So I got this book right here, Black Indians. And I'm gonna read directly from his diary. This is an excerpt from his diary. Listen to this. All right, I'm gonna skip down. The Christopher Columbus, whose unique seamanship and courage had opened the Americas to European penetration, began the transatlantic slave trade. He started, listen now, he started by shipping 10 Arawak men and women to Seville, Spain. He wrote enthusiastically to King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella about the business possibilities. This is him. He's quoted. From here, in the name of the blessed Trinity, we can send all the slaves that can be sold. They sending them from the Americas. Okay. Now listen. When he loaded 1,100 Taino men and women aboard 4 Spanish ships, the crowding in the stormy Atlantic, he loaded 1,100 men on 4 ships. Okay, it's about 250, about 260 a ship or so, right? Listen to this. The crowding in the stormy Atlantic crossing took a fearful toll. Only 300 survived. 300 out of 1,100 people survived. Now, I'm a businessman. I own 2 businesses. Do that sound like a sound business plan that you're going to be going back and forth across the Atlantic with your inventory? They got 1,100 pieces of inventory that they shipped from the Americas to Spain, and only 300 made it. Now, do you think these people kept making that trip? But that's what you've been told, that they kept making that trip. Another thing you've been told is that we ship these slaves right over here to North America. Wrong. Go do the real research. There's an article out there called Slavery in the Colonies from the British perspective. See, y'all forget that the British ran the 13 colonies before the Americans had control. Y'all forget that. Y'all forgot that. The British ran the show over here, okay? So the British was shipping slaves to their sugarcane plantations in the Caribbean.
Absolutely.
In the Caribbean and in South America, okay? Absolutely. Now watch this. Okay, let me, I'm gonna keep going, Dr. Mayat. I appreciate you too. I appreciate you giving me the chance to speak because it's hard to It's hard
That's
to.
what, and then right after you finish, just like Ankh, he never unmuted. Just let him. Yeah, there we go. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Okay, so they shipped these African slaves to the Caribbean and to South America, okay, not to North America, for a reason. There was a reason they didn't come straight over here, okay? Now, they had their white slaves over here first. They was over here with their white slave, their English vagrants, boom, boom, boom. That didn't work out. The white slaves ended up revolting for whatever reason. They started to bring some of the African slaves over from the Caribbeans, but not as slaves, as indentured servants. See, people got this idea of how slavery was. I'm gonna tell you right now, everything you know about slavery is backwards and upside down. It ain't happened the way we think it happened. The 1800s, the plantation stuff, that was the 1800s. There's a whole 300 or 400 years before that, before we even get to that, okay? So these Africans that they brought over, but they also brought over Haitians, they brought over Caribs. These are black people. Now let me ask y'all something. Okay, let me ask y'all something, fam. Haiti, okay? The Caribbean. Do y'all think some red-skinned Native Americans was the original people in Haiti? Do y'all think some red-skinned Native American people was the first people in Barbados in the Caribbean? That was us. We was them people. So when they got over here, we was the people that they found here, bro. They just done told us in school that, oh, this is the Native American. Nah, them people from Siberia. Them people nomaded here in the 1300s with Genghis Khan. They was not always here. We were here. We are the first people. We are the indigenous people. All life comes from us. So how the hell could they be first in anything? Okay? So when they shipped them slaves over to the Caribbeans, and then they ended up bringing some over, right? They ended up bringing some over to work. What happened was when the American Revolution kicked off, the British ended up saying, I'm gonna free our slaves and tell them if they fight with us, they free. Okay? This is documented. The British freed their slaves so they'll fight. The Americans wouldn't do that. The Americans were scared to give us guns. Okay? Now watch this. When them African slaves, and after the American Revolution went down, them African slaves got money. They wasn't working for free. Y'all ain't never heard of a slave buying his freedom? Give me a chat. Hey, chat, give me a 2 if y'all ever heard of a slave buying his freedom. Or am I tripping? Have we not ever heard of a slave buying his freedom? So if a slave could buy his freedom, that means somebody would give him money, right? Right? So these people went back. These people went back. When the British was done with their business over here, them slaves went back to Britain, and they also went back to Africa. They didn't all stay over here, and the damn show wasn't no 12.5 million. It was a few. They bought a few hundred here, a few hundred there, a few hundred there. And they got mixed in with the Caribs, and they got mixed in with the Haitians. Now, it's a reason that most Americans have no connection to African culture and African, just any of their tribal things, because that's not who we come from. The people we come from were the people who are already here, and that's the melanated American Indian. They were already here in South America, North America, all over. Okay? Now, I'm going to end it. I'm going to pass it to Unc. I'm going to give you some. Let me end it like this.
Okay. All right, Chief.
I'm going to end it. Listen, when we talk about origins, I tell you that Africa's not our beginnings because we had many great civilizations before Africa. Now, y'all have heard of the Great Flood, right? The Great Deluge. Well, who the hell was around before the Great Flood? Huh? It was civilizations around before the Great Flood. So nobody never talks about these civilizations, okay? So what I'm telling you is there was a civilization out in the Pacific, right? Called a Miriam, Mother Moot. I'm sure people in your chat know what Moot means. Mother Moot out in the Pacific that sank into the waters. Now, a lot of people want to say, oh, that's myth, that's myth. No, it's a lot of history to this. Read the Mahabharata. Have you done research in the Indus Valley civilization? Read the Mahabharata in the Bhagavad Gita. They talk about Mother Moot and how all of these people had to leave and inhabit other lands when Mother Moot sank into the ocean. Our people came from Moot into America. We inhabited the coastlines of the Pacific, the western coastlines of the Pacific. We inhabited the Americas. Now, let me ask y'all something. Have y'all ever heard America be called the old world? Have y'all ever heard somebody say America is the old world?
Yes.
America is the old world. When you talk about Atlantis and all these antediluvian civilizations, Atlantis was in the Atlantic Ocean, and the base of Atlantis was in America. They find Egyptian. How many of y'all seen Egyptian stuff they found in the Grand Canyon? How many of y'all seen all the Egyptian stuff they found in the Grand Canyon? Okay, they got the Grand Canyon cordoned off. You can't even get in there. You can't even get into certain spaces of the Grand Canyon because they don't want you to see. You know that America got more pyramids than Africa? Who gonna explain that? Who gonna explain why America has thousands more pyramids than Africa? Huh? So I'm telling you right now, we are the first people. We are the original people. We didn't start in Africa. We started other places and spread it out. Africa is one of our civilizations. It's one of many of our civilizations. We are amazing. We are strong. Okay, that's what we are, and we're not gonna be put in a box. Now, this is all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna get out of here. Everything that we know.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted. I said don't leave because I want him to respond like, you know, like he's sitting.
Oh no, I was talking about. I was just. I was gonna give him his chance.
Okay.
Everything that we know comes from the same people that oppressed us. And this is what hurts people. See, the ego wants to believe, oh, I know everything. I'm intelligent. You have to do the self-work. You can't go learn from controlled curriculum. If you went to school and think that knowledge from school is good, throw that away, homie. It came from your oppressor. The same people that hung you up in trees and that whipped you across the back is the same people that told you you came from Africa. Same people that told you come from an ape. Where's the black man that said we came from Africa before a white man named Charles Darwin? Show me this man. Nobody. So everything that you learn is based out of that foundation, out of Africa and evolution. And if anybody in here believe in evolution, you can't tell me you believe in God. You can't believe in God and believe in evolution. So which is it? Which is it? These are all theories from the white man. All right. So what the brother Ricky, now this is for my brother Ricky. This is what Ricky was saying.
So let me, because you said a lot, Chief, and you said a lot in a little bit of time. So, and I was trying to process it all. So I'm gonna mute you, okay, and then I'm gonna unmute brother. I didn't mute it myself. So what I wanted to say was this: there were things that you said regarding the slave trade, the British, and how the British, you know, we know that the Portuguese sparked it, right? But about the British controlling the 13 colonies at some point, and the British bringing in enslaved Africans and captives, and how a lot of folks were brought to the Caribbean and South America first. That's true. I mean, I don't disagree with that. That's right and exact. I don't disagree with that. You also mentioned Africans participating, right, in the slave trade and selling, you know, we say other Africans, even though we could say that back then there was no concept of African. But if you want to be technical in modern day language, you would say that there were other Africans on the continent, regardless of the ethnicity, who did participate in slavery. And I'm talking about without giving reasons as to why. I mean, we could give reasons as to why, but I have the writings. I have the Portuguese writings that'll tell you that, you know, that these Africans, a lot of these different ethnicities were at war, and that they had POWs, and that they would sell their POWs to European people, right? Portuguese, Dutch, Swedes, Danish, British, you know, and that's, so you don't have any, I agree with that, right? You also mentioned being able to buy our freedom at times. Yes, there is documentation that we can grab, you know, as far back as the 1700s, that will support that there were times in history where we did get paid, and we would, you know, because everybody wasn't, you know, they were free. I say free blacks. I know you don't like the term blacks, but there was, you know, elements of free blacks who did work, and they did buy their freedom, and sometimes they bought the freedom of their loved ones and stuff. So I say all that to say that there were things that you definitely articulated that are factual. I agree with that. But then there were some things that you articulated when you said that our original, so I'm getting into what I disagree with, when you said that we originated from Mu, and from Mu we went to America, right? You know, it's never Africa. We are originated from Mu, and from Mu we went to Africa. It was another thing that you said regarding Charles Darwin. You were saying that that the out of Africa theory, you said this earlier, the out of Africa theory came from him. And then you were saying that show me a black man prior to him that said, the same thing. I think that was a legitimate question, but so anyway, so there was some, like I said, it was some things that you were saying and I didn't catch everything, but I know that you were talking about the mood thing started, that one kind of, because I remember we kind of dealt with that back in the day, the island of Mu. And, so you were saying that the migration went from the island of Mu to America. And so that part, I was like, I disagree with that. And then when you were saying that, if you believe in God, right, that you can't believe in evolution, I disagree with that. Evolution, it describes a process. It doesn't describe what sparked the process. So anybody who is a believer in a higher power, a divinity, you can say that man is that this is, an attempt for man to understand the process as to how life was created. The evolutionary theory does not say that we originated from monkeys. That was misinformation. What else did you say? Then you were saying that these are just theories. And so there is a difference between a scientific theory and a theory. So like I said, it was some things that you said that I was like, yeah, there was some things that you said. And I was like, I disagree with that. And so I'm going to mute my mic and I'm going to give Brother Ankh the floor to respond to the different, what you presented, brother. So I muted myself as well, Ankh. I'm muted. So I'm going to unmute you, Ankh. You unmute yourself. You have the floor.
Yeah, dude spoke for like 15 minutes, yo.
You had it says actually 1554. You can match him.
Yeah, and he ran his mouth before we went on mute. And I should bring it back up again. Because I don't have no disrespect, right? We don't gotta disrespect each other. But I realized in the midst of the disrespect, right? He knew his ass was grass. He smelled it a mile away, so he had to go to the crack, smoking crack. I ain't never smoked crack, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I smoke cocaine out of keys. Let's get all that straight. Yeah, get me right, my nigga. All right. So I got money in the midst of my drug addiction, bro. So let's get all that straight. Ask about me. Second point, no, nigga gonna slap me. Let's get that straight. Ain't nobody gonna put their hands on me. We ain't doing that. Simple. So now we got the foolishness out the way. Now let me beat your crazy ass up. I'm gonna start with the land of Mu. Now, routinely, this guy is talking about white people this and how the white people don't let you do that, and the white people. Well, let's see. Let's see if the black chief from where the hell we don't know what chief he is, self-appointed chief. Let's see if the land of Mu is a black person concept. Because your whole thing was, Charles Darwin was white. Show me a black person that did that. Okay, but I can show you a black person, Al-Jaheed, that reported evolution before Charles Darwin. That's Al-Jaheed. Ask about me, nigga. Now look that up. Now, let's get to the land of Mu. Dying already. Early in the game, I'm beating him up. Easy work. Nigga ain't showed the source yet. You should have studied me first before you came on here and ran your mouth. I would have, but you ran your mouth. So here we go. Mu is a mystical lost continent. So you coming on a platform talking to people of color with some mystical shit. Let me watch my mouth. August Le Plongeon in 1852, 1908. That's definitely a white boy. White as hell. British American archaeologist and photographer who studied the pre-Columbian ruins of America. Right. White boy, though. But I thought you didn't get information for white boys. Watch this. Who identified the land of Mu with the Atlantis. You really came on here talking about Atlantis, dog? It say the name was subsequently identified with the hypothetical land of Lemuria by what? James Churchward. By the way, that's the brother of Albert Churchward. Now, Albert Churchward and Charles Darwin was some of the first Europeans that actually talked about human beings coming from Africa. You picked the pseudo dude. So let me get this straight. These dudes came in here running his mouth talking reckless about how we should never listen to white people. And the first thing you do is bring a pseudo white person to us. Boy, you dangerous. Let's move on out of here. Next point, which is wow to me. We're going to come to the Journal of Science. Right? Genetic studies reveal surprising ancestry of many Americans, right? Boom. Some African Americans, European Americans, and Latinos. Did I just hear somebody unmute themselves after 15 minutes of foolery This dude ain't got no control. So whatever system you follow, it got you.
Hold on. Hey, Chief, don't unmute. Just let him rock out for his 15 minutes. Don't unmute. Okay.
It say the average African-American genome, for example, is 73.2% African, 24% European, and 0.8% Native American. The team reports online today in the Journal of Human Genetics. We already know the fake cowboys and Indians be running from DNA tests like it's goddamn raid. And now we see why. Because it identifies exactly who y'all wild dudes is. It tells the people who you really are. It tells you the geographical region where you at. This is science at the high level. This man came on here and didn't give us one source. He ran his mouth, though. He ran his mouth as if he was a champion. Let's come to these African ships. The BBC talked about ships, wasn't this, ships wasn't that. Well, I'm gonna give you a source to show you how many slaves these ships could actually carry. It say at the height of the slave trade in the 18th century, an estimated 6 million Africans were forced to make the journey across the Atlantic, totaling over 4,000 miles. And let me see right here. It says right here, it says ships carried anything from 250 to 600 slaves. First of all, they built these big ships, these intercontinental sail ships, they build them. But they're not the first people to build ships. We're going to come here. Come right here. Egyptian seagoing ships. So we can go to the Nile Valley amongst some Africans, which you deny, right? And they was definitely had seagoing vessels. They sailed the Mediterranean. So Europeans aren't the first people to build ships, big ships. These quote unquote Africans, matter of fact, indigenous Africans built ships. Native American population ain't built no damn ships. They had canoes, which is cool. So we ain't gonna knock that. But if you talk about ships, you better go to Mama Africa first and get this straight. Matter of fact, you can go to Nigeria and find riverboats to go back to at least maybe 11,000, 10,000 years ago. Maybe no, 8,000 years ago. So we got the ships taken care of. They actually had ships big enough that could carry cargo between 250 to 600 people. They could do that. But we know they wasn't the first shipbuilders. We can go to Africa. Now, what else did this man say out of his mouth? Super reckless, dude. I ain't never in my life seen people this reckless. I want to skate back a little bit, right? So we talking about this neuromelanin, right? It say humans have the largest amount of neuromelanin, which is present in lesser amounts in other primates and totally absent in other species. The biological function remains unknown, although humans' neuromelanin has been shown to effectively bid transparent metals such as iron, as well as other potentially toxic molecules. So humans, not just black people, have neuromelanin. This has nothing to do with the athleticism. This has nothing to do with how fast you can run. Matter of fact, they ain't figured out what it is, but what we do know is it's none of the stuff you say out your mouth because you're reckless, bro. How in the hell is a chief going to be super reckless? How in the hell is a chief is supposed to be somebody that leads and guides his people. Now, this guy run his mouth. Now, why is it that human beings, period, have skin color? This is the basic skin color map right here. I know the zones like the back of my hand. So as you go to the equator, across this right here will be the equator. People on the equator will be the darkest pigmentation. And as you move towards the north and as you move towards the south, you'll see this real light gray up here. This will be considered zone 3. So this light gray and this super light brown is considered to be zone 3. They have the lightest skin color on planet Earth. As you move towards Africa, India, Australia, you see they start to brown out. This would be considered zone 2. As you move towards the equator, this is zone 3. If you bring your little ass over here between North America and South America, which is called Mesoamerica, you'll see some of the brownest people on Earth right here. But it's not based off of the trickery that the fake chief talked about. It's actually based off of the protection from the harmful UV rays and UV rays. Why? Because the harmful rays of the sun that we are surrounded around attacks the folic acid in the blood. And attacking the folic acid in the blood, right, it will cause birth defects, low birth weights in fetuses. So we have to have protection from the harmful rays of the sun. Human beings are evolved in the atmosphere of Earth, and sun is killing us if not protected. So all human beings are afforded a certain amount of protection from the sun. My next point. Let me look you in your eyes there, bro. You made the fatal mistake, and you talked about how you're not going to get a fair trial if you're a black person. That might be so. But you offered us nothing in giving us the ability to have a fair trial. So you basically saying if you change the words and act like you're a black or more and all that, then all of a sudden you're going to get the fair trial. But last time I checked, your skin color going to stay the same. So you actually tricked yourself. You offered us nothing that could actually change our current situation. So let me say this. Education, right, is directly tied to your intelligence. What we know is kids that find themselves in the juvenile system, right, 80% of them are illiterate. So there's a direct correlation with education and going to prison. You come up here with misinformation. So you would have all of us miseducated on some wild goose chase talking about white people gave us bad information. Last time I checked, yo, you blacker than the black, bro. You giving us, not only are you giving us misinformation, you giving us disinformation. Let's see exactly what we talked about. You're coming with information that's basically subjective, bro. Let me share my screen. Hey, Doc, you go ahead and share my screen.
It's not nothing. There's not. You got to hit the share button because it's nothing.
Just hit it again. I know. I'm hitting right here.
Yeah. It's nothing that I can. There it is. Now I can share it.
So what this dude did was, this is a master class, man. Go ahead, Chief. You got the bread. Yo, go ahead and sign up for the master class. Gonna cost you $350. Not unless you're gonna try to peddle some rocks or something or some incense. You probably peddling an incense right now, the way you came off. Came off real wild, like real out of control. What you did was you brought us a subjective truth. Subjective is a term that refers to someone's personal opinion or feelings regarding a particular subject matter. Subjective views or opinions are not based on truth or fact. They are one's personal, unique interpretation of an idea and their own thoughts and feelings and background. You wild for that, yo. What I'm bringing is objective information, objective truth, right? Objective truths. The word objective refers to factual data, based information that is not informed by biases. See, you put all your biases into the conversation based off of the mistreatment of black people for this amount of time, based off of that, based how I was, how this and that, how white people is. Bro, we need some objective truth in this conversation. We need the data. You were so wild with the whole concept of how white people do this and how white people do that, right? You missed the whole
Dr. Maat agreed with
when all you did was bring us white people at the end of the day. See, I'm always looking at people real funny.
Bro, you just talking.
When
you
they
ain't doing no
dub, you got to move yourself out, yo. You out of control, yo.
Hey, Chief, we got Chief. Let me, Ankh, hold on. I think Ankh, you got about 6 more minutes, okay?
My bad.
Chief,
my bad.
I'm gonna meet you out. Okay.
No, it ain't your bag. You did that. You did it on purpose because you're a clown. All the way live. Now, one source can support you. You don't have no objective truth rocking with you. You got no empirical data. First of all, you act like America is the birthplace of humanity because a white person said it, which is ridiculous. That white person, Charles Darwin, actually used data. He circumnavigated the globe. All you doing is circumnavigating your fat lip. You're out of control, bro. You don't got no counsel. You sat and watched a YouTube video, probably Young Pharaoh somebody, and determined your ass was a Native American and you made yourself a damn chief. You ain't no damn chief. So he makes a mistake and talk about how Africans enslaved themselves. Last time I checked, they wasn't even called Africans. They had their own tribal names, their own clan names. They had their own disagreements amongst each other. People who make the mistake and try to blend this all together as one congenial tribe, they're fooling you. They had different nations, different city states. They had different ways of doing business. They was fighting over resources like all human beings do on planet Earth, last time I checked. So we don't want to hear that Christian foolery when the Christians say, hey, the Africans enslaved themselves. Well, wait a minute. You got different groups of human beings, different tribes and clans that were engaged in war or engaged in contests or whatever it was over resources. They didn't have prisons last time I checked, so people became prisoners of war. Whether they was prisoners of war or whether they was slaves you think they wasn't the same people. They had no idea that they was genetically tied to each other. That's not until 2003 when the Human Genome Project was put out. So you expecting people 2000 BCE, 1000 BCE to know that they were genetically put together before the study of genes was even purported? That's ridiculous, bro. So you wild for that. You misinterpreted information with that. That's nonsense. So at the end of the day, bro, you came up here, you ran into a damn buzzsaw. You don't got one source of support nothing you saying. So I'm going to end with this. Humanity, based off of modern science, based off of the Human Genome Project, based off of biological human evolution, based off of fossil finds, based off of finding, watch this, based off of finding bones, ancient bones. Let me find some ancient bones for you. Let me get you out of here with some ancient bones, to which I know you ain't going to have. Definitely ain't going to have no ancient bones in North America.
I got them.
Nah, man, this dude is out of control.
Hold on, because I got some questions for Chief, and I got some questions for you right after this. Hold on. Go ahead, finish. Go ahead, finish your conclusion. Go ahead.
So when we talking about humans and where they reside and how they reside, right? We want to do it like this, ladies and gentlemen. Because even if he could find some bones, which he can't, there's more to it than finding bones, like Pinnacle Point. So we need to deal with certain behaviors, okay? Symbolic behavior. So symbolic behavior can definitely be found at PP13B at Pinnacle Point. This is right here at the tip of South Africa, somewhere between 170,000 years ago, Middle Stone Age, right? Where you start to find cognitive skills of Homo sapiens sapien. This is important. So even if you thought you found some bones, you have to find these sites that prove and verify symbolic thinking and symbolic thought in America. You can't do it, bro. There's a lot to this thing we talk about right now. You do not stand a chance. That's why you loud. That's why you rude. That's why you out of order, because you don't want nobody to check you. But see, now you check. Now it's a problem. Now you're in the middle of nowhere. We're in the middle of the street right now. You have no evidence to support your claim at this point. Not one jot, not one tittle. You have nothing that can support your claim of what you talked about. So I'm going to sit back. I'm going to let you talk that talk. But I tell you what, bro, go ahead and bring us some evidence. We don't want to hear you talk no more. You stole 30 minutes of our time. You talked for 15 minutes straight. You didn't show not one source about nothing you talking about. Now, don't take the rest of your time and not show us no source, because then I'm going to think you weak. Then I'm going to think you're a fraud, right? You already a dedicated pseudo. You all these things and above. But now, bro, you know where the rubber going to meet the road at in this conversation, yo? Bring us a document that supports that the Native American population is older than the African population. Bring us a source to show us that cognitive thinking skills starts in America and not in Africa. Show us some pre-hominids, some pre-human species. Because as we look at the fossil record and we dig down, we absolutely see that we get to a point where we see no more humans, but we find these more ancient bones, these more ancient hominids, Homo naledi, Homo neanderthal, Homo erectus. I'm going to let you go ahead and get that. All right, I'm going to let you go get that, right? And I'm done.
I'm going to unmute myself. And thank you, Brother Ankh. Shout out to the 242,000 people watching on YouTube. Shout out to the 242,000 people watching on YouTube. Now, I know, brother, that you, Chief, you mentioned, and let me pull up my sources. I just want to rock out you brothers. I've just talked for a couple of minutes, And you brothers, I let y'all go. So give me a couple of minutes. All right. Just a couple of minutes. Because I do know, and Brother Ankh, I may have missed if you addressed the artifacts being at the, them finding Egyptian artifacts in the bottom of the Grand Canyon. I think that was
Oh no, I didn't. That's so ridiculous. I just refuse to even talk about that. You can handle that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't know, but I know it was I think that's and Chief, I don't want to misquote you. You did say that they found the artifact. Okay. I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure I didn't misquote you. So hold on one second. And I'm gonna drop this link, family. In the chat. I'll drop this link in the chat, family. So you all can read this with me. And then I'll pass the mic back to Brother Chief because he may want to refute some of the things that Brother Ankh had put out there, and then I'll pass it back to Ankh, and then we'll close out, or we'll do a question, or we'll do a Q&A. I think both brothers did a beautiful job, stayed in their position. It was brutal, but I remember my father, he always say, in the man world, baby girl, he say it's brutal. He say that all the time. It's aggressive, it's competitive, it is brutal. And so anyway, I think that after this, I will give Chief the floor so he can ask Brother Ankh some questions. Brother Ankh will answer his questions, and then Brother Ankh will ask him questions, and he answer his questions. So anyway, you're looking at an article that says Explorations in Grand Canyon. It says the original April the 4th, 1909 Arizona Gazette article. It says mysteries of immersed rich cavern being brought to light. Remarkable finds indicate 8 ancient people migrated from Orient. So it says right here, let me see if I can enlarge this. Hold on. I'm going to zoom in. All right, so I can see y'all. I need glasses, but so it says the latest news of the progress of the explorations of what is now regarded by scientists as not only the oldest archaeological discovery in the United States, but one of the most valuable in the world, which was mentioned some time ago in the Gazette, was brought to the city yesterday by G.E. Kincaid, the explorer who found the great underground citadel of the Grand Canyon during a trip from Green River, Wyoming, down to Colorado in a wooden boat to Yuma several months ago. It says, according to the story related to the Gazette by Mr. Kincaid, the archaeologists of the Smithsonian Institute, which is financing the expeditions, have made discoveries which at most conclusively prove that the race which inhabited this mysterious cavern, and we're talking about, in the Grand Canyon, it says hewn in solid rock by human hands, was Orient origin, possibly from Egypt, tracing back to Ramesses. It says in their theories are born out of the translation of the tablets engraved with hieroglyphics, the mystery of the prehistoric peoples of North America, the ancient arts, who they were and whence they came, will be solved. It says Egypt and the Nile and Arizona and Colorado will be linked by historical chain running back to ages which stagger the wildest fantasies of fictionists. Hold on, y'all. So I'm a mute. Let me mute you out. Okay. So the story came. So I want people to understand that the whole notion of findings, that's in what they call the Grand Canyon in this cavern, it came out of a Gazette that was published, I believe it said 1909 or something like that. And so it was something like that, okay? But family, this is another website that I'll bring you to. I just want to give you the source of where this idea came from. All right, the source of where this idea came from. So it says 175 years of the Smithsonian's most untrue stories. Now, this was published by the Smithsonian. So in the previous article, it stated that the whole notion of these expeditions, these explorers finding artifacts in the Grand Canyon, these were explorers that were funded by the Smithsonian, and that came out of a Gazette that was published in 1909. Now, this article that was published by the Smithsonian says that that was not true, that they never found artifacts. So it says right here at the Smithsonian, and you can clearly see, family, that this was published by the Smithsonian. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. So it says, ever since its inception, the Smithsonian has been the subject of wild rumors, crazy tales, and amusing myths. Let's keep reading, family. Let me go to the myth about, no, not the Arak, not Noah, not that. Here it is. So myth number 4. The Smithsonian discovered Egyptian ruins in the Grand Canyon. The Smithsonians are saying that that was a myth. So in the Gazette in 1909 that was published, they said that these guys were explorers that were funded by the Smithsonian. They found these Egyptian artifacts in the Grand Canyon. Now, 175 years later, Smithsonian is saying that was a myth. So it says right here, myth 4. Backstory. On April the 5th, 1909, the Arizona Gazette ran the following headline: Explorations in the Grand Canyon, mysteries of immense rich cavern being brought to light. Jordan is enthused, and remarkable find indicates ancient people migrated from Orient. The article includes testimony of one of G.E. Conrad, who says that he, traveling solo down the Green and Colorado rivers, discovered proof of an ancient civilization, possibly of Egyptian origin. The story also asserts that the Smithsonian archaeologist named S.A. Jordan returned with Conrad to investigate the site. However, the Arizona Gazette appears to have been the only newspaper ever to have published the story. No records can confirm the existence of either Conrad or Jordan. So that was a myth. That was not true. And the Smithsonian is saying, we know the source of it. It came from the 1909 Arizona Gazette. They said that they found them, but the Smithsonian is saying that is not true. They said that that is the only place where you will find such a claim. And you cannot find, it says no records can confirm even existence of the people Conrad and Jordan. All right. So I just wanted to add to that. I just wanted to add to that. Now I'll mute my mic and let Chief, if you want to ask Brother Ankh some questions, or even myself some questions, you can. You have the floor, and then followed by your questions. We'll answer your questions, and then we'll ask you some questions. You have the floor, Chief. I'm going to mute out.
All right, cool. First things first. Do y'all understand what the Smithsonian is and who these people are? This is one of the most corrupt institutions on the face of the earth. You think these people find stuff and tell you the truth? You honestly think that they're going to tell you that they found Egyptian? Of course they're going to say it's a myth. This is what we're, okay, let me do this, okay? First things first. Dr. Mayat, do I have the ability to share my information? Because Unc made the quote, because I don't know, I don't see it down here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, it's a button that just says share from your end.
Because you retarded.
Brother Ankh, you got to mute your mic. Brother Ankh, you got to mute. I'm just
now check this out. Now, when you gave me the floor initially, if you remember, I spoke about my foundation, right? I ain't speak one time about this dude. I didn't speak one time. So what shows me that he's a clown is that when he got on the mic, instead of building, and giving, instead of teaching, he went into a tirade about me. I had left him alone. We might have had a little head bumping at the beginning because I told you I don't like to debate because it's fruitless and frivolous. I like to build. The way you build is I share some information with you. Have you heard anything about that? Let's look into it. Tell me what you know, and we go from there. But this brother here is used to all that old clown buffoonery YouTube debating, and that's what he wants to do. So let me say this. The first things first, Dr. Mayat.
It says present. I'm sorry, I misspoke. It doesn't say share. Yeah, it says present. Mm-hmm.
At the bottom of my screen, I got mic, cam, chat, more.
Oh, you're on your phone. You're on your phone. You're on your phone.
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
You're not on your laptop.
Okay. So let me address that. Chat. I know that y'all are fans of Dr. Mayat. I don't expect y'all to be on my side, but I just want to come to y'all on the left.
You got some folks on here that's backing you now. You got some folks on here that's backing you.
Appreciate the love. Yeah. Okay. I want every brother that's out there that's dissing me.
Go get a laptop, nigga.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Do you have a laptop that you can log back on from, Chief?
Well, I have my laptop right here, but I didn't know I could access. I thought I would have to use my phone.
No. You don't have to use your phone. You don't have to use your phone. Do you want me to email you the link?
But all the information, that's the thing, Dr. Maya, all the information is on my phone. And I got them. I got them through the roof. Because let me tell you something. Hold on. Let me say this, Dr. Maya, because I have the utmost respect for you at this point. And you are a builder. You are a builder. This guy over here is not a builder.
Stop lying,
you
nigga.
need to get rid of him.
Stop lying,
you need to get rid of him.
You're a fake nigga. You're a fake
anyway, listen to me, my sister. I'm gonna address my sister, not the clown. Okay, my sister, we don't enter the ring without our receipts. We are receipt gods. That is what we do. This thing that we are doing, we are challenging his story. Okay, this is not our story. This is his story. Okay, that's what history is. So when you are challenging his story, of course they're gonna deny everything you say, because if the institutions don't accept it, let me tell you what a good professor, Michael Cremo. How many of y'all know about Michael Cremo, a famous professor?
We can just look up anything he got. He can give us the fine.
Hey, Chief, hold on. Hey, Chief, someone said spears are flying. He said, because I know you and I talk on Instagram, they said if you want, you could send me a link to whatever you want me to show, and I can show it on my end. That's what the people are saying. That if you
listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know how to do all that. I'm not a technical guy, but let me just do this. Because listen, if anybody out there, hold on, let me say this. If anybody out there wants to see the information, guys, please just come over to TikTok at Chief Cutter 5. I will fill you up with all the receipts in the world. But let me say this. Okay, anyway, this clown, I ain't got a 0.5 of hard for you to smoke, big dog. I don't got no hard. You know what I'm saying? If you that's what you own, I ain't got none. Chill out.
Hey, Chief, so go ahead. Ask your question though. This the Q&A.
Okay, let me go with this. Okay. So the brother was saying I ain't got no fat. I got all the receipts in here. I just don't have the access to pull them up. But let me say what I'm saying. First of all, clown. First of all, clown. I'm laughing at you because all you did is
stop agitating.
Yeah, because I'm on that nigga head. He gets no
all you
respect
did is
from me.
pull up Wikipedia. All you did is pull up Wikipedia and read from Wikipedia. Bro, nobody use no Wikipedia, bro. Where your books at? Where your books at, Huh? What books is you reading? Out here pulling up Wikipedia. But let me move on. Dr. Maya, this is what we're doing here. Okay?
Right, I'm listening.
There's a lot of information, or they call it the forbidden history of humanity. Okay? In this forbidden history, okay, it is, you gotta understand, first of all, let me ask y'all this. Do anybody in here believe that people that don't look like us run the world? Huh? Do anybody in here believe that white folks, that these people, pretty much these Illuminati Bilderberg groups, do anybody believe in here that these people run the world? Huh? Give me some ones in the chat. If you feel like the Illuminati Bilderberg group, Council on Foreign Relations, all these entities pretty much run the world, give me some ones in the chat. Or do y'all think that's a fairy tale? Because see, what I need to find out if my people know they under attack. My people don't even realize they under attack. You under attack psychologically, you under attack spiritually, you under attack educationally, because what's going on here is brothers like this dude, he think he out here protecting the white man's information. He out here, let me tell you what the white man said. Let me tell you what the white man said. But guess what? Let me guess what? Hey man, hey bro, stop interrupting me, bro. I will smack the shit out you, bro.
All right, y'all. See what happened.
See what happened.
Let me be. I just muted everybody. I just see what happens when I left y'all. My
this nigga just say go to TikTok. Dot.
I left y'all alone. Hold on. I left y'all alone for 2 seconds while my computer froze, and I logged back on, and y'all still arguing. Chief, what's your question, Chief? Ask your question and
let me finish. Okay. Let me say what I'm saying. Okay.
The nigga illiterate. You say ask a question. He can't ask a good question, Doc.
Hey, Dr. Maya, I don't want to ask no questions because all this information was clown buffoonery. He ain't say nothing smart, nothing intelligent. He reading from what's the name? So let me say this, Dr. Maya. I want to address a few things. He said we Native American. We don't say that we no damn Native American, you idiot. It's a huge difference. We are the indigenous people of all of these lands. We're the first people, you idiot. And you pulled up that map and you say, oh yeah, there was some brown people in Mesoamerica, but nah, he said, get out of here. Go look at the Mayan reliefs. Go look at the Mayan murals and see them. And let me show you something.
He said he don't have a question. He just want to respond to what you threw out there. He said he don't have a question.
But go
look at the Mayan relief.
I had the Journal Nature, Journal Science, BBC, all that. What is he talking about?
Bro, I can't pull it up, homie.
Just let him.
I can't pull it up.
Why don't you just tell me I can look it up for you since you're an illiterate? I can
go look up the Mayan relief then. Let's start there. Go pull up the Mayan murals at Bonaparte.
I got you.
Pull up the Mayan murals at Bonaparte. Go look at them. Go look at them dreads and them locks in their head. Huh? What Mexican you know walking around with dreads and locks in his head? Huh? Go look at the Mayan reliefs. Go look at the Mayan ruins and go look at the skin on them people. Huh? What color that skin is on them people? If you're looking at the same ones I understand,
they on pots and bowls. That's what they on. The Mayan relief is on
pots. Get out of here. Get out of here. So what I'm telling you is, Dr. Maya, that this brother here ain't did the research. See, what he did is studied exactly what his indoctrination gave him. That's what we call controlled curriculum. Somebody gave you some, you studied that. Thank you. Look at them folks. Take a good look at them folks. Lord have mercy. Do they look like white skin Mexicans? Do they look like some white skin Mexicans? I don't think so. I don't think so. So what I'm telling y'all is this. Our story is bigger than the one that these folks that gave you. He out here reading all this indoctrination. He ain't never did no research. Now let me show you where I got him at. This boy say we ain't got no archaeological finds in America. That's it. He done. He done. How you gonna say that and you ain't even studied the archaeological finds in America? Huh? What do you know about Naia and Louisa that they found in South America, the Brazilian that they found in South America? And then all of these Hispanic people got mad because they said a black woman was over there first. And they carbon dated the body to be older than the one they found in Africa. But hold on, let me do this. Can you hear me, Dr. Maya?
I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, check this out, Dr. Maya. You ever heard about the Guadalupe woman?
No.
Okay, the Guadalupe woman is a skeletal remain that they found encased in limestone in Guadalupe. It's spelled, I think it's gonna be hard to find it. That's another thing, guys. Y'all got to quit just relying on Google, because Google is owned by the same people that's controlling
they brought it. You talking about Our Lady of Guadalupe or no?
Let me see what you got here.
Oh, here it is. Here it is right here. The Guadalupe skeleton. That's what you're talking about. You talking about this?
Come on, let's get it, baby. Let's get it, baby. Thank you, Dr. Maya. Speaker, that's one of the receipts I would have pulled up. Now, that body was carbon dated to be in a strata of rock that's labeled 20 million years old. You ain't read it, because you ain't did the research. You ain't read it because you ain't did the research. That body was in a strata of rock. In a strata of limestone. 20 million years is what they carbon dated that strata of rock, since he's saying ain't no old bones in America. Boy, in Pennsylvania, they found a skull that they carbon dated 275 million years ago. They got a hammer that they found down in rock in London, Texas, that they say go back 200 million years. Y'all not ready for what you really are. Quit putting your people in a box. Quit putting we bigger than what you know. We larger than what you know. We more amazing than what you know, African. And if you so African, why your ass ain't over there helping them folks? Them ain't my people. I'm over here fighting with my people where my people bled at, where we went through everything at. This is our country right here, Mexico. We've been here. Go do the research, In my community, you is a clown because you don't do no research. You read off of Google.
Okay.
Read off of Google. That's all you do. Where your books at?
Okay, hold on one sec. So, now, brother,
this nigga ain't showed one book yet.
Okay.
Where your books at, nigga?
All right, hold on.
We listening.
All right, so we got you, Ankh. So it's your turn to rebuttal. What? So he's talking about the
got
Mayan.
one book. Some black Indians ain't even agreeing with you. Your own book don't agree with you.
So we see these the Bonaparte, in Mexico, the Mayans, and so he's talking about that, and what I think a lot of people do is, and this is my opinion, Chief, and Brother Ankh and I have been talking about this for quite some time. We say when we see darker hue people, we automatically say this is us, right? When we see darker hue people, this is hold on. Let me let me build, Chief. So we typically see darker hue people, right? Darker hue people, or people that of our hue, and we say that was us, that was me. I can show you somebody who lives in India who's my complexion or darker than my complexion, but that's not my people. That's not my people. And so I think that we have a habit. I don't know. He just logged off. I don't know what happened, y'all. But and he'll come right back. I think he may have had a phone call or something because it's on his cell. He's doing this from his cell phone. But we tend to have, Brother Uncle always calls it lookership. So we look at people and we say, oh, that person is of darker complexion, darker hue. So that must be us. But they're not. And we get in a lot of, okay, he came back. There we go. So we get in trouble when we do. You're good. Let me meet you out. You're good. You just came right back. So a lot of the times we get in trouble because we see darker complected people or people of our hue, and we say that they must be us, when in actuality they aren't. Right? You had the migration. So I know Chief said that we migrated from Mu to America. There were migrations, and we have the DNA, we have the fossils, we have the archaeology to substantiate that there were multiple migrations out of Africa. People went to different. Hold on, Chief. I'll let you build, Chief. I'll let you build with no problem. There were multiple migrations that happened out of Africa. We see that, and these people went to different parts, of the world. And so, and then we are the mothers and fathers of humanity, right? And so, why wouldn't those people who came from those people who migrated out, of course they would be of dark complected hue, right? When you migrate to different places, and then you evolve over time and blah, blah, blah. But even if you look at the first European looked just like Chief and I, right? I mean, like, if you look at the first European, and Brother Ankh, you and I talk about that all the time, the first European looked like us, right? And so when these people migrated out, yes, but then over time, because of climate, because of evolution, because of all of that, people change. And I see that. I understand, Chief, that you don't subscribe to that. But that's what I subscribe to, and that's what I stand on, because the evidence corroborates that. But when I look at these people on these, these reliefs, and I had the opportunity, shout out to my tour guide, I had the opportunity to travel to Mexico. I stayed in Mexico City, and I went to the Museum of Anthropology. And in the Museum of Anthropology, they have no problems stating, and I'm talking about Mexican people, indigenous Mexican people, when they tell their story. And I was there, I spent an entire day there. They have no problems with evolution, and they don't have a problem with accrediting Africa as the place of as the origin of humanity. And this is in the Museum of Anthropology right down in Mexico. I actually went there. I took a tour there, and I also went over to the Yucatan Peninsula. I can show you, Chief. I have pictures in the pyramids. I went down there and explored the pyramids down there, and I'll pull that up while Ankh refutes it, so you'll know that I'm not just blowing smoke. But when I was down there, like I said, these people have no problems, telling you that the origin of humanity comes out of Africa, right? And that they even talk about that, how they migrated from Africa into North America. So these people subscribe to that. And I'm talking about even the people down. I had the opportunity to go to the Mayans. I sat and conversed with the Mayans. In fact, my tour guide was a Mayan person. And so, he said, yeah, look, he subscribes to that notion, that notion, the theory that we came from Africa. And so anyway, Brother Ankh, I'm going to give you the mic. I'm going to mute out. I'm going to look for these pictures so that I can show it to Chief and show it to the people. You have the floor.
Man, we showed the skin color map. Nobody denied. First of all, the majority of planet Earth are people of color because they live in the zones that is easy for living, right? Human beings don't start out in zone 3. Nobody starts out living in the North Pole in ice. They would have to migrate to these regions after the invention of clothes and all that. Nobody starts out in the northern latitudes and you know what I'm saying? North Pole, South Pole. That's ridiculous. So planet Earth, right, is round last time I checked. This guy don't believe that. I should have gave him the litmus test before I talked to him. Let me give him the litmus test. Hey, Chief, can I ask you a question, Chief? Unmute yourself, Chief. Unmute him, Doc. May I ask him a question?
Yeah, I mute him.
Hey, Chief.
What's your question, bro?
Are vaccines safe and effective for Black people in North America? Just answer yes or no is fine.
That's a big no.
Okay.
That's a
All right,
big
bet.
no.
Stop. Did the United States government crash down the Twin Towers? Did they have a role in playing in doing that? Did they do that?
Hey, family, where you going with this? Because you
Just
trying to
answer the
ask
question.
questions. Where you
Answer the
going with
question, bro. Yes or
Where you going
no?
with this? If you asking me was 9/11 an inside job, of
Yeah.
course it was an inside
Okay.
job.
Did they kill Dr. Sebi because he had the best medical cure
I don't
for
know
people of
why they
color on the
killed. I
planet
don't
Earth?
know where you going with this. I don't know. I don't know
Yes
what
or
happened to
no?
Dr. Sabi. I didn't study who killed Dr. Sabi. What are
I'm
you
saying,
talking
but did
about?
he? I'm saying, did he
Bro,
die?
what that's got to do with
I'm
building
asking you
on
a question,
archaeological
bro. I'm
finds
just
in
asking you a
American
question.
now?
I'm asking you a question, bro. Yes or no?
Build on the knowledge.
So you didn't
Build on
already
what I'm
failed.
asking.
You've already failed the
Let's talk
litmus
about the
test.
Mayans with them locks.
So you've already done failed the listening test, right? So I don't
Man, you can't
suppose
even
you would
spell
even.
this.
I
You
don't
can't
even
even
think
spell
you
this.
would even begin to understand anthropology.
You
So
probably full of
I
that
can't even
vaccine
have a
right now.
mute them
You
out,
probably
Doc. Mute them
you
out. I
probably
don't
got
gotta ask
6
no more
vaccines
questions.
in you right now.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Hold on, Chief. Hold on, Chief.
Right. So
Hold
I
on,
clearly
hold on, family.
understand.
Family, thumb up the video. Thumb up the video, family. Thumb it up, thumb it up, thumb it up. We almost got 300,000 people in the building. We 2 people away. Thumb up the video, thumb up the video. Chief said, look, Chief said it's because of him. Chief said it's me. It might be though, Chief. I mean, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. This was very entertaining. Just hearing y'all go back and forth, but it was informative. You know what I mean? His perspective, it was cool. And you know how folks like to be entertained and laugh and stuff like that. So it was really cool. But we already hit it. We at 307. All right. So share, family. Let's thumb up the video. Let's share. All right, brother Ankh, I'm muting out. You have the floor.
So basically, of course he wouldn't have any sources. Of course he wouldn't have a computer. He got TikTok. This guy's in the middle of an anthropological evolutionary conversation. He tells us to go to TikTok. See, this is the problem, right? It's the education level has dropped amongst these people that's trying to claim things. He go to an archaeological find at 1 million years ago. There aren't any humans at 1 million years. He doesn't understand that because he doesn't study the fossil record. He used the term strata. He don't agree with strata. Because if you understood strata, you can't find one find and then find it nowhere else and say that's the answer. So obviously, if there was a true find,
Hey,
it must have fell into that area.
You debunking
But
the
no one
science,
actually
not
does
me.
that. Come on, bro. Yo, shut your ignorant ass up, yo.
You a clown, nigga. You a
Your
bitch
mother,
and a
nigga.
clown.
Your mother,
No,
nigga.
Chief, hey, Chief,
And she a bitch. For the record, your mother's a bitch, nigga. So when you see me, you know you got to slap me, nigga. You got to see me, nigga. Now,
I'm gonna see you.
now,
I'm
nigga.
gonna see you, nigga. I'm gonna see you.
I'm right here, nigga.
No, please, y'all.
Oh, I'm gonna see you, nigga.
Baltimore, nigga.
Where you at?
Oh, Lord.
Now, nigga, I be in
No, Chief. Let him don't call nobody mom.
Yeah, nigga.
Dr.
Nigga,
Maat,
you ain't smooth,
he
nigga.
big mad.
Yeah.
He mad.
Nigga, I ain't mad, nigga. I just let you know what it was, nigga.
You
I just let you know what it was, nigga.
Y'all stop.
Yeah.
I don't want to argue.
Yeah, I know you don't. So, doctor, check this out, Dr. Maat.
Nobody mommy bees. We're not gonna do the mommy.
That nigga started with me, though. I'm just finishing it.
Okay.
I'm a finisher, doc.
Go finish it off.
See, he think this shit smooth now. He think we can calm down. No, nigga, I'm gonna keep that same energy from the beginning. You started that. So anyway,
look,
my point is.
No, hold on. Let me mute you. Someone just said this. They said it's children listening. Someone said it just went left. And they said it's children listening. They were like, please, like they're in. I promise you, they're in the chat. I'm gonna show you the comment. Here it is.
I'm embarrassed. My bad.
I didn't. A B for life. Just take the child out, though. Take the child. No, but let me tell you why and Chief, let me tell you why they normally have their children listening. Because we're usually not doing this. We normally don't I'm telling you, go back and forth, curse each other out. That's not even a culture, on this platform. So typically you got children or parents or teenagers are tuned in. You know what I mean? And so maybe I should have put a disclaimer up tonight once I knew, because I know how you get down. I know how Ankh get down. So maybe I should have said, look, this is not going to be PG or PG-13 tonight. So
Dr. Maat, this is not even my style. This ain't my style. This is that YouTube crap.
Yeah, so
YouTube crap.
So let's chill out with the the cursing and go ahead, brother Ankh. You got the floor.
So YouTube, nigga, that nigga on TikTok talking about that's his sources. I'm not. I'm saying is I can't believe I'm engaged in a conversation. We talking about evolution, right? We talking about melanin, which is the biological conversation. We talking biology. We talking evolution. And he destroys all these things. He makes the mistake in saying, why y'all listening to white people? And he ain't brought one source that ain't been from a white person yet. The Grand Canyon find was a hoax, a white person hoax. the sunken continental move. It's some other white person foolery. He ain't brought his number, white people foolery. And then he disrespectful to the native culture that's here. Just because they got brown skin. I showed him the biological region why human beings are living close to the equator, you know what I'm saying, would have brown skin. He don't even comprehend that. This nigga don't even got a computer. He don't got a source. And he calling himself a chief. This is ridiculous to me. So now I clearly understand where I'm at. We couldn't have did nothing but cussed each other out, Doc. He ain't got nothing for me. Ain't nothing for me over here. Because if he had something, he'd have came like a gentleman, right? He talks about he don't want to debate. The nigga talked for 35, 40 minutes like he was rocking. Like he had something for people. The nigga didn't show one source and talk shit about the sources. I bought this nigga the Journal of Science, the Journal of Nature. I bought the Encyclopedia Britannica. I bought the Encyclopedia Wikipedia. I bought this nigga all qualified sources, and all he brought us was his fat mouth. He tripping. Yo, miseducation is wild. See, now I see exactly where we at with this. I see where our people at. They stuck on, they think because you can run your mouth on TikTok and YouTube that's going to overthrow modern science. Who amongst you believe that a guy self-proclaimed chief can actually overthrow modern science? Who amongst you believe that a person calling himself a chief ain't got no damn discipline? I don't even get down like this on Dr. Maat's platform. This dude did that talking about he don't want to debate, he want to build. This nigga don't want to build. He want to give us a lecture trying to tell us that neuromelanin got something to do with skin color. What the hell is going on? He ain't showed us one source. Man, at the end of the day, bro, check this out, bro. I'm going to get off here, yo. I appreciate Dr. Maat, right? I appreciate the whole conversation, yo. But this nigga is looking at skin color to determine biological origins for human beings. Since they got brown skin, they must be us. The Native Americans got brown skin based off where they located at, right? Right? They range from light to brown all day, every day. I showed the skin map. He act like he can't even see. So at this point, he act like people in Mesoamerica ain't the damn equator. Matter of fact, I don't even think he know what the hell the equator is. I don't even think he realized that some of the hottest places temperatures range. Dr. Maat, can we do some building on some knowledge? We ain't building, nigga. Ain't nobody listen. You don't build. You flim flam, bim bam, boom. You're not building. You building nothing because nothing you say can stand on anything. You can't build nothing. A build means you got a foundation to structure. You making up stuff. You don't got no foundation to build off of. We can't use none of your information. You can't use it in college because you say college is a white people stuff. We can't do this. We can't do that. All I hear is listening to you on TikTok. Hey, bro, one day you're going to go back and listen to this and say, I was a damn fool. So if we talking human beings and where their origin is, then we talking evolution. See, we teaching now. If we talking cultures, right? We talking. Boy, you ain't teaching shit.
Hold on.
All right, Doc. Look, I'm gonna get out.
No. Let's. I know. Let's close off on a good note because I'm getting off with you. We've been on for an hour and 40 minutes.
Out of here.
No, I know. So, Chief, 2 minutes closing words. 2 minutes closing words, and that's it. Chief, 2 minutes. You got the floor. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Chief, unmute your mic, Chief.
All right, gang. This how we gonna do it. Cause see, I don't know if y'all was expecting me to come up in here and explain the hidden history of humanity in little small spats in there. But let me say this: this dude keep talking about I ain't got no receipts. We already covered the fact that I can't access my receipts because I'm using my phone. We already covered that, but he started telling you I got receipts. Then he talking about
you're lying, nigga.
TikTok ain't closing out.
TikTok ain't nothing but a platform. TikTok ain't nothing but a platform that we use just like YouTube, Rumble, Facebook. So let me say this right now. Come to TikTok, guys. Anybody that refutes what I'm saying, I swear to God, I will line you up with receipts 20 miles long because I love showing receipts. Now, this dude here is telling you, oh, yeah, I gave you the signs. Man, all you did is read what some white person wrote that you ain't verified. You ain't verified none of their findings. Was you there when they made the findings? Did you do the test on the bones? Now, let me ask y'all something in the chat. Are white people capable of lying? Huh? When they out there in the field finding these archaeological finds, these artifacts, do they tell the truth all the time? You think the Smithsonian don't press their people and say, oh, you can't say that. Oh, you can't show that. Oh, the Smithsonian, this dude say the Smithsonian is honest. He say the Smithsonian, I bet he think the Vatican honest too. I bet he think the Vatican, them people ain't never touched them little children. So let me tell you right now, bro, you so pro-Africa, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Africa sold their people into slavery. So deal with that. You got all that pride because you want to go back to a place where you were sold. And most Africans don't even sympathize with the story of slavery. All right? They call you niggas a kata, cotton pickers. That's what they call you. So take your ass back on over there and help them folks if you're really from Africa. I'm from Natchez, Mississippi. I'm a Mississippi Choctaw by blood. And if I showed you my granddaddy, it'll shut your damn mouth up. Because my granddaddy got long goddamn hair down his back, idiot. And let me say one more, I'm about to get out. As far as the brown-skinned people that we talking about over in these areas, y'all do know something about the Asian conquest.
Oklahoma, nigga.
Did any research? Has he did any research on Asian conquest when Genghis Khan and Chin Ho came into the Americas and they made it with the brown, with the black
seconds.
indigenous people?
30 seconds, Chief. 30 seconds. That'll be 2 minutes.
Okay, Genghis Khan and Chin Ho came into the Americas in the 1300s. They made it with brown skin, black skin, indigenous people. This is how you get the Mexicans of the day. The first, it was the brown Chino. The brown Chino was impacted by the white Europeans in the 1500s, and that's where you get the white skin Mexican of the day, and that's where you get most of your Native American, because we is who they made it with. That's how you get these people. These people don't have no separate creation story. It all comes from us. They all mutated from us, and it ain't because of no weather. Because if you take your ass to Sweden right now, your skin color ain't gonna change. You can go far north as you want to. You can go to the coldest climate. Your damn skin color ain't gonna change. Wrong with you. And I'm out. I'm gonna leave it at that because I can't show my receipts.
Okay. All right, Brother Chief. All right, Brother Chief. Ankh, you got 2
Nigga
minutes.
spitting all out his mouth. Look at him spitting.
Ankh, you got 2 minutes.
Spit coming out his mouth, dry cotton mouth, because you're lying.
No,
you're lying, nigga.
And I see you itching for that crack. You itching for that crack.
And your mother's a liar. Your grandfather's a liar.
Hold up, Chief.
All that, nigga. Now what? Nigga, and we can meet in Mississippi, nigga. I'm Bologna, nigga. I'm from that, nigga. Yeah, nigga, we can meet in Mississippi, nigga. Your father crackhead, nigga.
Hey, Chief. I'm gonna mute you.
Your mother and your father bitches now, nigga, because you're a bitch. And only bitches give birth to bitches, nigga. How about that?
Y'all don't
yeah,
care.
nigga, you know what it is.
Montgomery, Alabama. I'm about to go.
Don't throw the hat up. Don't throw the hat up. Don't throw the hat up. Bro, he's so cheap, stupid.
That nigga silly as hell, yo.
She's funny as shit.
I might like you at the end of the day after you smack me. I'm gonna hit you in your stomach, nigga.
Y'all cool.
I'm gonna hit the chief in the stomach. Hey, Doc, I'm gonna hit the chief in the stomach. That's his weak spot, his stomach. I'm a body punch him.
I'm not fooling with y'all because y'all really, and family, let me say this, family.
Hey, Chief, I'm gonna hit you in the stomach and run. You can't catch me, nigga. You're too big.
Look, Chief said he got the
muscle. Slab, nigga.
Hey, go ahead. You got 2 minutes. You go ahead, close
Listen, check this out, man. Listen, I realize I'm gonna hit him in the stomach when I see him, and I'm gonna run. He can't catch me. He's a chief. He's an overweight chief at that. Overweight chief eating corn. Check this out, man. Listen, bro. Get yourself together. Go get some real documentation. Stop bringing conspiracy theory. I don't care about no crack, nigga. Get out of here. Baltimore don't even sell crack. He's ready rock, nigga. Get it straight, nigga. Tell my story right, nigga. Check this out. We doing this thing for real at the level, right? So I see TikTok is a place where you can just go TikTok on a nigga. You don't gotta have no real evidence. You bring all the conspiracy from white people. If I tell you what, if we don't do nothing,
you gotta have receipts, nigga. You gotta have receipts, nigga.
Hey, we don't want to give him his 1 minute. You got 1 more minute. Go ahead. You got 1 more minute.
If we don't do nothing else, right? Let's take away from this conversation. Be wary of people that is as dark as him and tell you don't use qualified white people, but let us use wild ass white people. He be bringing wild ass white people to the table.
We using the white people that got fired for telling the truth. We using the white people that got fired for telling the truth.
Can't even control itself. This nigga bring wild white people to the table.
You don't deserve no respect, man. You a bozo.
Chief. Go ahead.
This nigga bring wild ass white people to the table. The whole time telling us don't trust white people. I'm confused with people as dark as him telling me don't use white people, and he bring wild, discarded white people to the table. How's that making any sense? Don't use museums where all the archaeological finds is. Don't use colleges and universities. Don't deal with evolution. Don't do none of the things that would prove my black ass wrong. Don't you do it, black man. I want to be the guy that's on TikTok that can just run my mouth and confuse black people. Don't you dare bring a real source here. Don't you dare bring the journal Nature, the journal Science. Don't you dare bring real sound information. Don't you talk about biology, boy. What's wrong with you talking about biology? What's wrong with you talking about biological human evolution? What's wrong with you? I want to get on TikTok and be a superstar because I've been a bum my whole life. Ain't nobody listening to me till I got on TikTok. Prior to TikTok, I wasn't nothing. Prior to TikTok, I was just running around overweight. Couldn't do nothing. Prior to TikTok, now I'm a superstar because I can run my mouth. Ain't nobody challenge me because I'm on TikTok. You sound crazy. Check this out, man. TikTok is what it is. This man has lost his mind. He was rude. He was out of order. He was a self-proclaimed chief. He threw the first shots from the beginning. He was the craziest person I've met my whole life. I'm not talking to that fool again. When I see him, I'm going to hit him in his damn stomach. That's what I'm going to do.
Bitch, nigga.
That's what you do to people like him. You hit him in the stomach and you run.
You a bitch, nigga. I smack you in front of your family.
Yeah. I ain't even mad no
Smack you
more.
in front of your.
I ain't even mad no more. To get out of here, I'm gonna hit you in your stomach. You can't even protect yourself. I'll hit you right in your stomach. What you gonna do, nigga?
That dumbass shit. You sound like a dumbass.
I'll tell you what. When we looked at them pictures of the Mayans, I didn't see a 500-pound Mayan though. This nigga,
okay, hey, hold on. Go ahead.
He a water buffalo, Chief Water Buffalo. I got you, Chief Dark Skin Water Buffalo.
Hey, crack rock, motherfucker.
So with that, ladies and gentlemen, look, with that, ladies and gentlemen, hey, Doc, you know the nigga got a fake chain on. You know there ain't no real chain.
That's a what?
Fake chain. I can see the way it's showing, nigga.
All right, hold on.
That's $150 fake chain, nigga. I know jewelry, nigga.
I own two successful businesses.
Chains, you don't own no successful business. You bum ass
nigga.
in the Grand Canyon, nigga.
I'm a car dealer and I own a mechanic shop, you bum ass nigga. I work for me.
With cheap jewelry on, nigga. I own a car dealership. Ain't no real jewelry, nigga. We know real jewelry around here, bro.
And you bum ass nigga. I tell you what, let's do it.
It ain't even shining. Clean your chain, nigga. Ain't even shining. Nigga, you ain't got no nigga. You live in a TP, nigga. You know you live in a TP.
You a bitch ass nigga.
You don't even see the TP, nigga.
You a bum ass nigga.
Hold on.
Don't get that wrong, nigga. You be fucking crackhead.
Hold on, yo. I just muted everybody. You fuck
crackheads, nigga.
Chief, I just muted everybody because y'all just punching right now. Let me get my 2 minutes in.
Fake ass Cuban.
Oh my gosh. Let me get my 2 minutes in because I keep muting you, muting him. Let me get my 2 minutes in. Chief, hold on, Chief. I got you. Let me get my 2 minutes in. Fellas, goodness. Y'all two. Whoa. You got me out the way early. He was like, psh, and then y'all two went, roar. The two lions like, roar. Goodness. I do want to say, hold up. I do want to say, I appreciate, both of you taking time out of your schedules to be with us tonight. I have to say this. You guys were very entertaining, but it was informative. I heard both perspectives and what views are and what's out there, but it was entertaining. I'm not lying. Sometimes I got off camera because I was laughing so hard at both of y'all. The stuff that came flying out of your mouth, I'm like, let me get off camera. So I went like this. Look, Chief, I was like this. Look, Chief, hold on. I just went out like this. You know what I mean? I just muted myself and I went out because I had my water here a couple of times. Y'all made me spit my water out. Like I spit my water on my table. And so I'm calling my son and I'm like, come bring me some napkins. And so anyway, tonight was off the chain. Ayoka said, great show. This was a great show, great discussion. And family, at the end of the day, we all love each other, man. We ain't bugging. We ain't tripping. Chief ain't tripping. Ankh ain't tripping. They just talking. Trust me, they just talking. All right. They just talking. That's all it is. My father used to say it's men talk, right? When I used to be with my father and he would say certain things to guys, and I used to say, Pops, why you say it like that? That's kind of mean. He said, I'm speaking to him in a language. We have our own language, and he was telling me that. And so he said, we just, and sometimes that's what y'all do. Y'all talk a lot of trash. And then I remember how it was on the playground. You be fighting and then y'all will be best friends the next day. That's what men have always done. Y'all will blow it out. Y'all will do all of that stuff, and then you will be good. And Ankh even just said he not even mad. And I know, Chief, you ain't mad either. I know you ain't losing no sleep over this discussion tonight. Ankh, I know you ain't losing no sleep over this discussion tonight. I want to shout out the 314,000 people who slid through here today, family. You all came out. You showed up and showed out. Let me drop a bomb, not only for Ankh, not only for Chief, but I'm going to drop a bomb for you all. Hold on.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Family, take a moment out to thumb up this discussion before you head on out. Thumb it up, thumb it up. Also, family, share. I think this is another one of these videos that'll go viral. When I have Ricky on, that video got all the way up to over 11,000 views and all of that. And by the way, Chief, when I say 314,000, it was 314. But I always got to, inflate it. It's 314,000. But anyway, family, thumb up this video before you get out of here. Share this video. Let's each one teach one. Okay, let's share. Let's each one teach one. And in this age, right, in 2023, to each one teach one, all you have to do is pick up your device and share. And I'm looking at the chat, and some people said, I agree with Ankh. And then some people said, I agree with the Chief. He's making good points. And so, Chief, I want you to know that it wasn't, it was, of course, biased because it is our folks, right? Like it was us. But there were folks in the chat who were right there with you, brother. All right. It was folks right in the chat who were right there.
Shout out to the chat.
Yes, they was right there with you. Some of them brothers and sisters were right there with you. And they were saying they're
Dr. Maat, can I say one thing? No disrespect to nobody. I just want to say one thing.
Okay, please.
First of all, I want to say, hey, man, shout out to the African civilization, man. Africa is amazing, beautiful, accomplished. Them our brothers. This ain't no diss. This is what I was telling you in the beginning. What this is, guys, this is for all the guys that may feel away. Let me tell y'all what this is. This is us saying that we were everywhere, not just Africa. We're not saying that Africa is not amazing, that them people not everything they are. We are all come from the same source. We just might not originate from the same place that somebody told us. So let me say this, man, and I'm gonna leave it alone. Guys, in the spirit of building, if anybody want to check any of this information, come tap in, because I do utilize TikTok, because YouTube seems to ban this kind of information. Okay, they don't want you to challenge anything that's against the status quo, guys. We challenge the status quo. Now, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with walking up to the people that write history? Let me ask you this: who writes the education plan for high schools and elementary schools? Is it us, or is it somebody that don't look like us? So it's somebody that don't look like us giving us all our information. I'm gonna say this and I'm out. The brother said, I don't believe white folks, but then I bring in wild white folks. But let me tell you this: them wild white folks, they lost their job for telling the truth. Them wild white folks, some of them got discredited. Some of them went through all kind of stuff. Now, I'm going to go with the man that risked his job. I'm going to go with the man that put it all on the line to tell the truth over the man that's going to do what his boss is telling him to do. So, yeah, you might want to do your work on the Smithsonian. That's a Jesuit institute. Do you know who the Jesuits is? Okay, yeah, go do your research, homie. Don't be championing white folks who got a whole lot of nothing to say about you, homie. They control the system. You need to unlearn and relearn. Okay. Unlearn and relearn. I'm out.
All right.
Peace and blessings. Chief Cutter 5 at Chief Cutter 5 on
what
TikTok.
What is it, Chief? Say it again, Chief.
At Chief Cutter 5. Let me see if I can put it up in the chat.
Okay, at Chief Cutter 5. And
it's right here. It's on my screen now.
Oh, but yeah, let me see if I can change the display names. If I can do a show display name so that people can where's the show display?
And if we could, Dr. Mayat, maybe one day, let me come back on with I don't want to do the debate. Let me come back on and just show some of this evidence the way I can, we can have an intellectual build and just talk about the stuff that people have challenged. Because there's a lot of intelligent brothers and sisters. See, Ankh, let me say this. Ankh is disrespecting me, but he don't realize my information come from intelligent brothers and sisters of academia that have written books about this stuff, that has challenged the status quo. So, of course, we ain't going to be able to find all our information on Google. Do you know who owns Google? Do you know who BlackRock is? Do you know who all of these different groups?
You just don't stop talking, yo.
All right, yeah.
Hey, bro, I'm done with that. Hey, man, let's link up in box.
We done.
Let's link up in box, nigga. Let's link up in box, nigga.
Okay, all right. Let's link up in box. Hold on. Let me get the handle out. Let me get the handle out. So it's at Chief Cutter. That's KUTTAH5. And then, Brother Ankh, we already know that you at the Pseudo Killers. Tell them about your platform, Brother Ankh, the Pseudo Killers. You got several platforms.
Yeah,
So
Pseudo Killers and Community of Skeptics, man. And of course, I'm on Black News 102. You know what I'm saying? We doing it big, and we dedicated to the fight of real information, beating up dudes like this. That's easy work. That's why he wanted to make it real ugly. He wanted to do the alley thing. So I can get in the gutter.
You didn't beat me up,
stomp
brother.
them out, right?
I came out of this looking
stomp
good.
them out. Come on, yo,
I
show
came
some
out of this.
decorum.
Hold on.
Yo, you have no decorum.
Go ahead.
This is how we got here. You said you was gonna slap me. You said it first, and then you got what you gave out. I'm good. But I wanted to play your little game a little. I wanted to show you that I could fight dirty.
I didn't disrespect
you. Hold up, Chief.
You was gonna slap me, nigga.
Just give your handles. Just give your handles.
Yeah, so I want to talk like he talk, because he like to talk us to death. We damn near dying over here. He didn't talk us to death. TikTok nigga. I can't believe this, yo. You bought me a TikTok nigga. This wild to me.
Okay, what's your handle?
So what I want to say is that the conversation, don't let them trick you. If you're talking about human beings are biological organisms. Simple as that. They change over time, right? Got to understand evolution. You got to understand archaeology, right? This nigga don't got no books. He don't know what this is. He running from this. Probably can't even read. I doubt if he can read the bottom of it. Right? So it's right here. We clearly understand the populations, right? On planet Earth. It's no secret. We verified the homeland of the African apes. Verify the whole thing. So we don't sit back here and make up stuff and holler and scream and get loud to try to run us out the goddamn building with the foolery.
Dude, you sit down and have
a delicate, high-level conversation. I use African ape because I knew that would make him go crazy. So the point I want to make here is important. We can figure these guys out. They one-trick ponies. They always on their cell phone. They don't got no computer. Is the TikTok is the source. He think the TikTok is the source. But when you go to universities, major universities, small universities, community colleges, right? They have libraries. This guy won't even go to the library. He got a library somewhere around him. He won't even do that. So y'all just go to the library. Don't listen to people like that on TikTok. It's dangerous. It's disinformation. He's willfully ignorant on said subject matters. It don't take much to understand if you're talking about a human being, you're talking biology. And if you're talking biology, you got to be talking about evolution, how things change over time, how life on Earth is very diversified. It don't take a lot to do that. We study human populations. So when we study the human population in North America, we get what we get. What we don't get is the things that they talk about. We don't get fines at 1 million years, tools at 1 million years. We don't get all that in America. So at the end of the day, man, y'all know where I'm at, man. You know how we do it, yo. We waddle with bums and dine with kings. The night I was on there with a bum in the mud. It's all good. You got to get dirty sometime, right? I don't mind getting dirty, but I don't like getting dirty over here because this is my safe space.
I'm hiring for detailers. I hire crackhead detailers. I'm hiring for detailers.
Conversation and just give you all the real information, right? The dude weighed 300 pounds. I'm going to hit him in his chest. Get the boxing match together, nigga. All I got to do is hit you with the left hand. The first round, I'm going to dance around you, nigga. You ain't going to be able to catch up with me. Body blows. You can't do nothing. And I'm 56. I'm 56 years old, and I guarantee you right now, we can go run 3 miles. You're going to pass out. Right. Because you about.
I just left the gym.
What you about?
I just left the gym, nigga.
What you 5'8", 3, 550?
6'5", 250. 6'5", 250. And when I beat the shit out you, I don't want to hear no crying.
I'm 6 foot.
6'5", 250 pounds.
Yeah,
I'm gonna beat the brakes off your ass.
You're gonna be too slow.
I'm gonna beat the brakes off your ass.
You're definitely gonna be slow.
All right, y'all two. All right, I'm muting.
Yeah, we're gonna
hold on. My bad. Go ahead. Unmute yourself, Ankh. You said, yeah, we're gonna go ahead.
Yeah, we at on.
You good? Yeah, go ahead.
Where you at on TikTok? I'm gonna catch up with you. Where you at?
I got it. He's at Chief Cutter 5. So CHI.
Oh, please bring your ass over there. Come on my show. Come on my show, nigga. Come your ass on my show, nigga.
Hold on, Chief. I'm gonna mute you. Chief, I'm gonna mute you. His
right over there and cuss that nigga out, mess up the show like he messed this show out.
Okay. So at Chief Cutter. So that's
Chief
Cutter. Yeah, so it's CH.
Cutter
Hey,
Butterhead.
don't do
Hold
no
on, hold
whole
on.
shit and come over there
Hold on,
report.
No. Hold on, Chief. Let me get it out because other people in the
What did he
audience
say
are
about
checking
his
for
mother?
you.
Did he say something about his
No,
mother dying?
no.
Is he the police though? Is he the police? Because he might go over there and try to report my work.
No.
Did that nigga just call me the police?
Let's close out.
Did that bitch ass nigga just call me? I know
Oh my
that bitch
gosh.
ass nigga ain't
Okay,
called
All
me.
crackheads that had to testify
Yo, your
against somebody
mother
in the
smoke crack, nigga.
all
Your mother
crackheads
still a
have to
hoe,
give
nigga.
information.
Nigga,
All
I'm a sky,
crackheads have to
nigga.
give information.
Nigga.
Nigga, I trapped for 10 years of my life, nigga. All crackheads have to give information. Nigga, you probably did, right?
Hold on, Chief. So it's at Chief Cutter. I love y'all. I'm getting ready to take both of y'all out because y'all, this is just gonna go on and
At
on
Chief
and
Butter
on.
Bitch. You a
All right.
butter bitch, nigga. Now, I'm done.
All right.
Nigga, you talking shit because you safe on the computer. Give me your address, nigga.
Hold on. He gone, Chief. He gone, Chief. So he gone, Chief. I'm gonna put you out. Oh my gosh, family. Hold on. Before I even close out, family, was this off the chain or not? Tell me in the chat, was this off the chain? I think this is probably one of the wildest interviews I've ever had. One of the wildest. I think my top wildest would be with Ricky. That was pretty wild, right? When Ricky came on and it got brutal, but it didn't get like this. I think this may have been one of my wildest, and you know, I've been doing this for a couple of years now. This probably was one of my wildest, interviews. Because like you all said, both of them were off the chain. Like I'm looking at your comments. Yeah, some people said, yep, y'all was just like, look at this, off the chain. And you all know this was look. Someone said, look, Amina said that yeah, Sweet Ricky was dumbfounding. That was dumbfounding, but this y'all was off the chain. And I feel bad because one of my barbers is in the building. Barber Kimmett is in the building. And he's like, what is going on here? So I feel bad that one of my barbers, he in the building. A couple of the elders are in the building. I'm probably going to get a call tomorrow from one of my elders like, Doc, what were you doing last night? You know what I mean? But it's crazy because and I see that you all are commenting, and you all, that's another thing. Between Ankh's comments and Chief comments and reading the chat, and then my family texting me, I had to get off camera like several times. Each time that I got off camera, family, I was in tears. Like I had to get myself together because it's like Chief throw a shot, Ankh throw a shot, or Ankh throw a shot, Chief throw a shot. And then my auntie, she texted me, my cousin texted me. They're laughing, you know, and sending memes in the chat. Then I'm reading the chat and you all are just going in. And so it was just like, y'all, this was bananas tonight. This was bananas. And it's crazy because they matched each other energy. That's why it was like, I'm not backing down. So Chief matched his energy. He matched Chief energy. And they both brothers like, I ain't backing down. And so anyway, I thank both of those brothers for taking time out of their schedule to be with us tonight. They provided us with information. They provided us with entertainment. And, you know, you heard multiple perspectives. You heard my perspective. You heard Chief's perspective. You heard Ankh's perspective. And so you decide, you know, you do your research. And I think that was said multiple times throughout this discussion. You know, I know Chief said it, go do your research. Ankh said, go do your research. I'm saying, go do your research. And so you decide, right, what you subscribe to. All right, family. So matter of fact, speaking of subscribe, make sure that you thumb up the video. Also, family, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell so that whenever I go live, you are notified. Also, family, make sure that you follow me or connect with me. I don't like saying follow, but connect with me on all social media platforms. I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, I'm on IG. So make sure that you holler at your girl on those social media pages. I'll be live again tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I do want to address some of these memes that I see floating around regarding the Alabama riverfront brawl. You have some people who are saying things like, we aren't our ancestors, and we're not the turn the other cheek generation, and, you know, some foolishness. And I said, if only they understood Black history, because we are our ancestors first and foremost. And there's never been in the history of America a generation. Notice I'm choosing my words carefully. There's never been a generation, meaning all of the Black folks at that particular time, who subscribed to who supported and subscribed to the nonviolent approach, and who supported the nonviolent approach of Dr. King's. You had some people like Kwame Ture that was like, man, you can't be nonviolent with a person who doesn't have a conscience, right? And so you have some of our brothers and sisters, yes, the memes are funny, the videos showing the brawls and the reenactments and stuff like that. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. But some of this stuff, some of these captions, I'm not feeling it. We not our ancestors. We not the turn the cheek generation. Do you even know the story of our ancestors here in America? We've always been warriors. We've always been fighters. It's never been a generation of Black people in America that just didn't fight. And so anyway, I'm going to unpack that tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so family, make sure that you join me. So subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that when I go live, you will be notified. And make sure that you tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, family, make sure that you hit up the brothers. Hit up Brother Ankh. Hit up Brother Chief. Hit them up. Let them know how you like the show tonight or what you didn't like or whatever. Hit up them brothers and let them know your thoughts about tonight's show. All right, I'm going to end. I open with Baltimore and I'm going to close with Baltimore. Shout out to Armaday the Apostle, and peace be upon the soul of his beautiful divine complement, Paula Muhammad, aka Genesis Days. Here we go, family. Peace and Black power.
Armaday the Apostle, Genesis Days. Straight from the scene of misery and stress, right around the corner from skinny jeans and death. Born in iniquity, families in debt. Came a rare breed, the last MC left. Yes, exclamation, last blessed the nation. The game been dead way past expiration. I came to breathe life, now that's respiration. Let's astro project to unknown destinations. Past the crossroads where souls and thoughts go. Flying through the heavens, embrace the cosmos. You entered the realm with no sound, your thoughts flow. A journey through my mind and find what Lord knows. Street mysticism with ancient wisdom. Rebel soul flow to take back the system. While you reminiscing with the game's missing, I answered your prayers, just take a seat and listen.
Taking over your radio, your stereo. We coming through your speakers, let us put you in a soul. Your ears are like the speakers to your soul. So let the music take control. We taking over your radio, your stereo. We coming through your speakers, let us put you in a soul. Your ears are like the speakers to your soul. So let the music take control.
This a breath of fresh air, heaven for your ears. You waited for so long, but it's evident it's here. It's like a comet that comes every several years. You search for a cure, now the medicine is here. Not in capsules, it's active rap flows that go through earlobes and captures your soul. Penetrate the mind, transcend through time, make you wanna play it again. Come rewind. I'm not a witch doctor, just a hip hopper that spit rhyme flows to balance your chakras. On another plane, on the other things, meditate in the rain, waiting on the mother plane. Saw it in a dream, turned out it was a vision. Caught an intuition of my prophetic mission to weaponize the rhythm, the war with the system, set free the slaves, unlock the mental prisons.
Taking over your radio, your stereo. We coming through your speakers, let us put you in a soul. Your ears are like the speakers to your soul. So let the music take control. We taking over your radio, your stereo. We coming through your speakers, let us put you in a soul. Your ears are like the speakers to your soul. So let the music take control.
Relax yourself, wanna dedicate this. Relax yourself, world peace of mind. Relax yourself, world peace of mind. Relax yourself, world peace of mind.
All right. Peace and love, y'all.
Relax yourself,
peace and love.
Relax yourself, world peace of mind. Relax.